This I love to be alone. This I love you, the baby. They don't know how I feel about.
That's right.
They don't know my love. They don't know how I feel about you. They don't know. Girl, I say, girl, you're supernatural. Man, them, she say, boy, you're supernatural.
Man, shout out to my little bro Ash Benny. Miniano, Chemegame. Hey, while I don't, okay, microphone, bear into me, Ojoba. Mean Banyami 1 second. Okay. Hey, Mike 1, Sunny. Anyways, but I hope I can, Ojoba. In phone say me, soundy Ojoba, phone say me, headphone say me, but I hope I can. New kwemi sound there Ojoba oje Chemegame min danye fancy akagmene wasa oback pay bi ani wabana sande bag bekene je na mo bona boni so bomoden kiamoko ni okiamoko. Thank you maawa edabi maoti ni anza ye maawa. Thank you maoti. Bomodeni ojani femo kaji ojako bomodeni oja ko akomi gontie bomodeni o ami gonti no ni ya wen ko like mo show ami boli ni wo Talebamba invite mo moko ni o invite moko no invite moko mene wo ba yele o ya minister ni wo ba ywe nte jimene le bi ne en nte Facebook ni nake wanyeme ni yo Eastern region if you maganoko ete no ejeme ekun what exactly I could not really tell from the video. Shimo keji obononi ya no to obana kebe wanyemi yowe ni beke ebale na kanjeme sanjin eleji moni enyi ni wonu wa ni ball if your live video say call attention of the authorities to noni ya no ye jeme if a live ni be confront me kume ni you can tell from a UMO akebe many a bolo awu amene ni a jo amene be amefita me ni e bani me ni gba amena ye jeme eko so masmo ni ma tra video e mahabo ni mene inka ke inthi me ni kegme no belenjo ba na ke mi you age look boni ni yo le ke eni ni share isani government ke abomi ni ole mla isani mla atuni isani government ke abomi ni mla atuni because clearly me kome ni ekole esani ameko mla awamedin amenko mla awamedin ni mind you the last time ni Professor Odaife Welenchite jeme ane nu ehihia ake ochini no ni ya no jeme elehiko no keji ochini lehiko ni oblaye ni yo jeme ni amenko ewale awamedin ni shout out to you doc ufane boy ojuba thank you so much doc Dr. Ninate actually agbo eba join wo so ke oblayo like I said, ochini ke eleheko. But clearly, ke wakochi ini yue mo ba chuni be men komen kom la awamedin. Ona boni ni yo. Ni ke men kom la awamedin. Ni amenfe no na amesumo. Ni amehie nyelo ni yo mano ke eleheko. Benue isani amlalo kame nekegbe mene aye. Ona boni ni yo. Isani wanyeme ni yo jeme amenshi ye to enjole mi ni moko akagba amena tamoboni wonmo meigbe ni abahiyoshi ye wobi ene ni wogba moko na ona boni ni yo esani efe ni Ga-Dangme no yo I extend the same courtesy ni we extend or can ha me ni ba wo popa no. You understand what I'm saying? It must be reciprocal. It cannot be okay. Once again, it is inherent in our nature. There is nothing that we can actually do about it. Nakanji boni jembolo nakanji boni ebowo ni nakanji boni efewo shi no eto ake taflache be wo batashi ni me taflache amebu wo bulu. You understand what I'm saying? We open our arms wide ke ha mo femu ni eba washikono nakano esani keji wonye wote me kuma ma taflache amehun amenye ni amegbele amedin ni amehun amehewo tumoboni wo here ame now boni wo yo wasumo mo a unpo de nche amegejo nkrafo de omo yo boa odini dan bema wo no no wada abontin no na kan we more like I said there is nothing that we can do about it. It is inherent in our nature. We are just a kind people. You understand what I'm saying? But it cannot be ake be about dumononi tumobeni weke chonyi any walk wate eko the same courtesy say anya extend ke hawo. You understand what I'm saying? More so ni this community in question I can have free. The forefathers need to they actually paid for it. They paid for the land. They bought it. And if we ni tana atatrani ajashikonji ko dabi. This community allow community say ni oje Ga-Dangme community say ni oje me shikonji ni oje me cheme ni atoje me na me move kete je me kenklen ame koshika na me he ame chuni ame sweat ame oh you understand ame dengme ka me tole na me ke he ona so je no ko ni akefke free ni mene abaka gashi keche me ko me fe no ko you know be conclude me ba mbaka me da bi na kan no ame mfu mi da bi but these people actually paid for it. You understand what I'm saying? And the fact akashi agba me na like I said, look, I before. It's a ebe I think like I said, it's a government take ya woman. Keji ochini ke echukomoko ni ewokomoko be ake nakamo ebafe noni efio ye jeme but clearly agbene is a government actually now from the narration what you mean you can ha well the security services ni yo jeme amekame ye ojuba. You can clearly tell like the police is biased against Wanyeme ni yo jeme. You understand what I'm saying? Because some of the things kumeni ete no jeme keji lele ni police prayer ame fe ame ni bi ojogba ni ame ya no kwale ni ame nchu ame ni boni esani ame chue I think ake ni bi ekome ba yale swote fe boni etele o na boni ni yo so clearly police for any jeme ame bo modin and ame wow and that is why ni esani it should go beyond the police service ni yo na kan kopano any ni share we need maybe from the police headquarters not even maybe I think Jame Jane as an yagbede because police for any yo akuchu emi ame bo modin. You understand what I'm saying? And if I'm not back a dog but dog ma my rider dog my ride up koning kandi and it's a good ride up as usual kefie enganya get dog mani fine mani wa adenche my ride up koning kandi mene and I mean disagree with dog feel yeah right up me and I think I can when you mean you will call bullet to here it come from a place where I think I can I don't know. I think she has to be careful with some of the utterances. Now, Noni Doc Ma is completely different from Noni wo nyami yo ye video ni ma twa ma abomi doc ning ma I think I get doc in town is set ni bi come straight koni ekole be konklo mi what follow bejiano to do ba di neke no ko akaba but no ani inke doc ma gbe eji ake I think ake ninu wa it came from a good place, for lack of a better description. He wanted to help. He may have goofed in the process, Bona. But me mean the intention, just like Onaboni near okay, I can send bani at a court. May always say lawyer say okay, call no prove intention. Sometimes it's very, very difficult. New banana conviction, can lawyer jibo. You understand what I'm saying? So the intent behind non fear is what any mean joke about. Doc was talking about the process, but I think I can excuse. That's where any banner excuse any may excuse nakan touch on the step any new what take a couple of months ago didn't issue name a proper pay because I think I get the intent was good. The intent was good. Process may have been flawed, but the intent was good. So matra obla video mahabo. I don't know if we have time. Ninu wasane manyama kane doc a rider up mahabo ni okwe. You understand what I'm saying? Doc was talking about the process. You see, wabekeke, they are laid down rules. Ni a governor no fair no ni wo feel. Ake Ga-Dangme be and agbenenwe ke o Jamin from the traditional setting ni ote the political setting or the government setting where process here born near yo, and that was what Doc was trying to make clear. Okay, there's a traditional process and then there is a political and governmental process. Ninungwa being the president of the regional house of chiefs say a counterpart G the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs president. Traditionally, Gamanche, no lewe counterpart G Ochihini. So that was what Doc was saying. Okay. So Keji Nokwe is an Ochihini a counterpart ideally. Koni ninungwa leunke a counterpart ideally because no fenobole ayele no kole. And I'm thinking okay that can be excused because the intention was right in Nanoko. And he felt, okay, you know what? Let me get up and do something about it. Because me personally, in Tabi and in Block, okay, look, Ninungwa, you need to do something. As the president of the Regional House of Chiefs, you need to do something. So even though maybe Bonnie protocol, you're a chon on a kind, once again, the intent was great. You understand what I'm saying? And that is why I need a banner in that money what you mean. But I'll play that video for you. Koni Okwe. She before Anima ya know. Menele mwe in that picture infoninko ni na mfonie infonie femi na akpe fio so let me show you the infoni ke o na mfonie ni yo we Saturday ke onamfonie nika o screen no chemega nyeme anima zoom le out bibio ko ni bu okwe o ni zoom le ne o nanane okay o nanane eshe o na ke oh there is oh you no go ina no type there is okay oh bring no go to your attention. Ke okwe o na ke mogo wo mogo dress wulomo chemega nyeme nye fine nye namone dress wulomo ye ni ye infoni emi nye namone dress wulomo si ulomo wo aspa 3 na ne. Ulomo ewo aspa 3 na ne. Shout out to you, Mayama boy ojugba. Chemeganyeme, Wulomo go asapa 3 na ne. Ni it's a little surprising. You understand what I'm saying? Asham for ni ne ya UK ni ami. So akuche, thank you. Engo naga akuche biye. Ani wabaje we excuse Wulomo ejake feye lo. Because feye wa. Feye. Ni nye fenyeli nye achimo nye kwa we man say fenye wa adenche ne wo ani wo banye we excuse Wulomo age ewo aspatri alo pata kusumi here ni moko ba ka ke mi na te klomo ejeme eflo 5p ken shojin p ni le Wulomo ke ye gapo di enche pe shi epo efo no ke e complain eflo 5p na eflo insho p she dog ke papa ro dog ka ye jeme no obanyo oyue dog papa ro yue papa ro gele papa ro gele no ni and maybe dog mene kawo kodi waga wabado ni this particular ni ne I want to see your thoughts on this. So dog over the ka wa fe show egbene kodi mana your thoughts on this particular info ni ne anyone na I don't know it's something else. So anyways, ina don't need you up. So okay, so the whistle egman no code. So anine complain atan player min venye na ne follow. Alo ewo eta sneakers go na ewo. Ine ayayishie. Now to be fair to numo agwamenza infoni ego me enye na ne follow ene no mi efe kusumi. So no eke okwe obana ga no ele enye na ne follow ona nye na ga no ele ewo aspatri ewo no ele enye na ne follow so no mi eye npai so npai ele ewo ona ga bia na ele nwe ewo inande machine na kind no. So at what point she ne le ka de na sha group picture le no mi alone no mi fe ejegbe ekole agbene na ga da bi enye Papa Ro ene inside na kan gbele ba sweet ya inside ni je do alo still e fe nchom ye hale so doc over the kaje no ngabo baba no mene koni this particular side there ni work ni since ninga picture ba ni work no agency what discuss no I want to hear your thoughts on this and you have an excuse because it a man say allo and because of the weather condition bon oyi man say avi baba oh so you know ake no wo ba work anywhere excuse ake because it a man say ni so the weather yes, I could check. I know. You understand what I'm saying? So let's see. Let now walk money cheme ba you but any video mahabo wanyemi yo we twa video mahabo wanyemi yo a video any if it's about 20 minutes or so long. I know majority of you have already seen it. I will not because Jane in back 20 minutes because I want us to have a discussion on noni Aquamin some issue and Nekesan, the means when we fail and you discuss. So yeah, let's just play a little bit of the video. When you a post here live koni wa kwa ke neke situation to mo beni min chon eni ni ehye min call for a serious intervention from the government because look this is not right. You understand what I'm saying? It is not right. And the lenwe isani ekwe the way ni treat or ninungwa, I don't like it. I don't think that is actually right. I think I don't know where she's getting the advice from, but it's not right. So let's play a video. Bona ke nkunsemba koni what discuss with Doc ke Papa Ru ke Abache. So let's play a little bit of the video.
Dame. Game kwanya fa slow to me nyanya ziame. Sana ya won kan ka obi abetina kon kan. Ka mo fe mo te se we ba de ya gan. Ka game ba man fa ka aba ya hwe wo. Spawn nya ho ya woni me fe 200 years. Galam say wo da na nya tasinya ba de nya gbagbo mo na. So me ka to la from me papa mami don. Aya takate kwe nuwa machabona ita fami kwe
Ona bien and sanimo kukala anna sanigba like I said nungwa manche maybe that's why maybe doc back kaje follow process but kemoko babu wamo kaje more tompo once again I know quite the intent behind it. So no quite he may have goofed with the process, he may have goofed with nibi ekomene kole ewe. She is an no liakashi manche wuluni yagan ni elo e manche megefite ni ameko amenandike bajeme. Because somebody like me, like I said, I personally did a show and I called on him to do something about the situation. Ni wakaji ba ni ekole a communicate noko differently ke hale ni ekole le unta flache egme twinshi ne ba kwami dan ewie ni ewie die nche esani okwe the way ni obayu because e bayenye he wo whether you like it or not. He took a step and he came there. You understand what I'm saying? So when you me yone esani akala understand ba ni egme twinshi ni ke I mean you understand what I'm saying? I don't like the way they address or ni nungwa ye neke particular son in a year. Ebe me no ebe fine. Look, I'm a driver ke anything could have happened to them on the way. I'm an accident now me found me back boy because I'm a nuake nyembolo nyemfo ni I'm a loa me na me ba. I'm a say kunwe I'm an accident now me boy. You understand? So kaji moko ke e wala machine ni e take move ko ni okele disagree po okele kpagbe po den chesan yo kwe. I think she's been going on for a while in terms of addressing Inungwa, and I don't think that is right. He's sending a link to this video, so I'm sure I can get this lady back kwe. And I think I can send him okele na yuemo ni na tree. Ni na tree.
Bondi kaya ma stream ma ba tafu Rani Nungwa manche no na be ko ka ba na ba yo spoil there. What chance am I made of we 1 year?
Johnny Femo, Bonnie, our Gonti, Niago. Shout out to Ago. There is another portion near me back down. I'm a share with me. This money what charge me pay. No go serious bet. Well, you understand what I'm saying? Not to minimize I'm a frustration. Hello, noni I'm a feel or I'm in go through it. That's not what I'm trying to say. But because me time for video now, but me time no or me be an elegana if moto.
Come on, Piano, Tessie, and make one cry. Make one cry. Second cry, be baby, and you show. Why? Never one. Oh, that's a man. Why? What kana me ka jojo wa me kasa da kwa super me no ba na me shana nkasi aka na kasa man tashi dem ama me stone ide gba mainstream life kana go no post that deliver a fake story
na e Ghana maybe people le ba no ni wa discuss ni wa ba kale wa kwa ke ba wo no lo gona ni wa bila no ni poten ni mene e ba ni no e wo ni ke no ko ne ba no you understand what I'm saying so wa ba kwe ma kale ma kwa ke ba wo no lo ba mi tanke panela ba ke wa yue akwa mi sa no dan e ka gbe ne wa yue ne ke issue ne o she ne ke issue ne na I'll call it ni mapake ba go no Jena you already know aka never be Ghana you 12 aka Ghana no so she may not answer maybe take the tell me ko le ba cha me alone to that so like I said come so we back or I can video for like 2 minutes what for ona no ko just you learn on a record ni a challenge these guys ni ameba ni amen bad over the share mo link ni jani frame no kiamu ko ni kiamu
ona ka me na me ka pe yi bona ame ba ho nsi ame ba se pe le take am iwo le ni so mo julo kuma nu ke ni ba mo e number 12 your train pasiafo o fe mo ni obra musa na be cha lo ne ke petrol ba waka bole me si afi o mo be tu o mo be ko godi ase ago so be ko ni Togo asa ba mo fo we ni ba bone wate we ni ba bone what I have for that I didn't come for say whoa who now where did I man say ya down what report them where police station never knew na ko julo mukap na ya ma mukap ya ma julo mukap ya ma julo that be the na shame money about wonders what time you watching some dead brother aqua yo wait Dabi it's a Musa Katramba sir mo be see grandma sir Gashamo police boy nana ma fami yeah bafu tulla bafu never ba se ba wa ka ye ba bi se ka atatu esi ka ele ka atatu esi July bafu nya ta bra mu sa me ka petrol ba yeah free oh member Braku je first one ka ta kan ja yeah free na ka pa yi apene na ka nyu 20. Like number 20. Anyame. Dada akonyake. Kama tese kama ba wana attack me na wana ba. Ni meni o manem ni bia na ye. Nyen amanya na no oja me. Me na won fi ame eta. Eta kwa pati ni ga tu kwa bia da na ke tese ne ba. Oti hini se ba dia afafe. Neke. Ula ni bi neke to. Nianga shina nkiya ka no fra. Iki bia. Grandpa mo life em yam. Funny.
All right. So, Ga-Dangme. So, like I said, I share video near Bali, far and wide, bona. So, you know, our flip script, nyani watwa, when you meet you first, bona. Ni wakele, agba asandi, kenkle, dan agbene wa yue, numo akwa min sansandi. Wakala spend like 5-10 minutes, kuni, our story, behind noni, ete, no mene, koni wawe numu akwa min so so nyani ma twale again ke inye me umba fitai koni ke ame lesson bi mo ke amo ame bile. Hello manye.
Yes, teacher.
Ofane mi bodo manye.
Hello.
Manye ofane mi bodo manye. Ofane to your ten boy ojugba.
Ojugba mbacho na ko ngene o to.
Mi nana kan no woni watwa bone. Ofane ngene miniji no ni ba. Because many when wanake tomobeni wanaka feel live eko ni ya confront oblahin kome many jino ni bag many.
Men no ni baji. Kaje beni wasane na agency. Dan wori ake me ku benjama mi no na magyo. Apedwa mai. Wana meniji. Simene wa ya no ni wono chamoma adakwa. Okay, I'm a pop. I still about that question. Well, mommy, I Ga-Dangme. But organic to me, we could never adakwa. Me, I'm a hamo. I make a mancha come to me. I cover your boundary. Oh, Onupa Nambana adakwa. Dear man, by his spoon together. Oh, care a boundary, Jim, mancha many who spoke. I want me men by your boundary. Jenny, I be me. Ke O'Brien Yoko. Or Jenny. I make adakwa me boss and na jemune adakwa me bo ameji ejeme o mi achesa make to mami na so mami am lawyer ke mutu abawa ye bia na ma je boundary ye obi e onu o chesa me na me te Ga-Dangme ma je Ga-Dangme me mfu ame o jeme ni wo ke kamera ya mami he boga ni go e wo fa cousin you nephew actually that's they are always under my post. I mean, I'm a banana fit. I bet many of be many. I gamas pon ye na me kama je boundary. Ye latabi aje na ke ko ma fe. Latabi abo amaji. Ni won watch no ni Ga-Dangme me on channel.
So I'm be able to real quick. Ke okay AJ boundary inu shishi. Ofane because in like town self I'm a boundaries ya umo. So mini boundary na aba na aba AJ.
Boundary mancha me basla kama ke na me skona. She will no be neighbor leji. Ni ameba wa shia cha. Ni wa shia ame. O chime tax force by force na batakia. Na me te deswe na hu aka ma acha galam se ni wa shia ame. Ni skona chema skona hu awa ni me. Kama me tono ko ye pepe me ma yenfa. Enye be si o hinye si musu. Ni no na me to ofin ame na me ko. The na me really no me really a tree ni. Yeah. And I say tell all I don't so me galam se ba me ba na ba wo man check ma wo no by force. Koni ama me manche hana authorization waka wa man somba tuta wa he injunction ka ba fon no can you be fake member ono no hia on ka je ni ganje ni bi na sane enye court ma meteshi le boga ni ka ba ye manche we kumen ka igbe me ni obi eteshi na me ka ma me amaje boundary no wala temeji ya me cause je school je manche menji me ka ba je boundary ye apedwa asafo ke nankese ni chebi ba supervisor na je boundary ke mo fe mo ne no na ko ho ya mo kopo lake o boundary tun ne ke na kan ole na ka me ke won ni isia ho chimo ne be na bo dwan epe ke boga wo ku me ni to ni boga ba ye man chama me ba ke asafo man che ka ba je boundary na ka asafo man che ye hi la asafo man che ke no sumo bi awe o je me ka chele bomba na me je fike ba die ni won ka pe ame na me te don na je don no ka pe ame ono ni stream live because can record can record the film na upload can record then in post the film na ka old issue to my no can old video see they keep coming Dana member
so from what you are narrating beni chwanke be manche ni ameke manche chuame na meba chu na kanu chumo ni atwa manche ke chukwame
eke chukwame na da kwa je nchechale beke ne po na da kwa badie eke oyin manya resum oyin ne sonsu obi ahaye oh I mean no na sure is still region jam you saw manche magbe o chin ni gbe I mean Ga-Dangme BP as koji ame de na me so no okay me ke manage friend no me
so
no me ka bag me je
so this individual say ni oname ameji individuals come ni okame have an encounter before hello mene
yes.
Okay they are the same people
they are the same people obran when time to no ka come out no I benyomi ni ameba fo wọ́n ní wọ́n láì wọ́ adẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gàmọ́ ẹ̀sọ́ na mẹ́fọ́ kò pọ́kẹ́ mà ti free na mẹ́yẹ no ọwọ́ ni làámẹ́ ìbàkẹ́ wọ́n spọ́n yẹ ta no nye bu àkóńtà kẹ́ni bí ọba ayé yẹn nyẹ́dẹ́ lọ́ọ̀bùrà nù ẹ̀ gbẹ́nu ẹ̀kẹ́ kẹ́ gàmẹ́ ẹ̀ spọ́n yẹ díẹ̀ ìbá àti àpèjà mi náà bá ṣe gàmẹ́ fẹ́ yẹ díẹ̀ he said it everybody was there then yà bọ́m àmì ẹ̀kyẹ́ mọ̀ kẹ́ bọ́m bá ni màntẹ́ yìí kẹ́ni bí ní ẹ̀fẹ́ bá mi.
So
yeah from their people you know.
Okay, so from the last time, no you earlier check from the last time, I can send a court.
What at a court?
Okay,
I can court.
Okay, yeah, the same issue, nay.
Court, I can the same issue. You still remember?
Maybe the last time you take court, yeah.
What the court? 21st January. 21st.
Okay, 21st. Okay. Ninye te court at the last hearing te mini jino ni agbe na ni ekola chinya to alo eko mini jino na yue.
Be money court no what Nigeria make court wo jimpi e ba wo ke se de take what no what ni ni wa fe de ba ameka gamenji wo so ba right ni of your de ba ya still region ni what he share bi a hu woni me share hu every year for dada waka bua scanner ka wa school e kan bi ameka injunction ba form ona kan injunction court ate na ate ona lawyer ke e to na balasa ni ese me je say bi like onye no ke wo hwe na ke aya no ne ka court case e ba ka ba yele nke ke nyen tasani nyen hwe o ke 6 months ni ba ne e ba wa reason why ni e ka sane for no ni no e chwe.
Okay.
Ono ni won me
no ni te no mene ale no nye twanye lawyer nye bola ake mene no ko wete no eko nya ni police fu eni yo akochu emi enu enu ya ake mene no ne ba ne
ni na me se la kama je ni la kama tu aka ba che wo ke ba ni wo ba wa me no wo cha commander ni obi la ke mo si chairman ba police escort bi o wa meleke a chairman e ba bi alo na me ka mele no konoko oni tran lawyer ni lawyer ke won report to police sinu wa police okay a chairman chame ji ama me ba shamele no ko and this system region police ko to ya me ko wa ke de bi amu ha ya ni asem ka pinwo owo ni wa ko be ni cruise to na meje bandre ka ni bi ni wo hima no ni wo nyawo huta ahu ka so nje bon na ni mo bon na mo ni fo bete tumi
ishe ofane animani incheme abibosane 1 komeda ni 1 more je na Ghana onu ni washibo no washi ofane awo 2-3 minutes go akuche ofane o sane bi moko no ba sumo ni obi wanyami yo
yes ane fio ko ke na 1 or 2 things ko ni kama ale wanyami yo
right
akeni efi Ga-Dangme nyu wo no fi no ni ya no igba wona chi wo ba suma ke shi sanieke eshe because coming boy we more to will be any ba je ni aba me no first am te konkro coming boy we more to am te ye ntaga akrowa me no ni acha me akashi am ba ntaga be ama fita akrowa bia na aka me ni te na boy say whatever ni aka me atwa ni later am ye ka ba me je
right
onu machine if you agashi when you qualify akashi the case and ne kaji ona onupai ni am a positive mind ni am ba do mo o se adakwa agbe na onumishi ya agashi the den chele ake cheme ko me no ami no mba futu onu enye ke ka me no ami ye to ni ana me le ko onumishi wo ene di meni numeta mi tui aka mi tona me kanu kola ngmeshi wo be pi aka ji ni bi comment mo ne ke ba ona ke tumo ni leje yu agashi ochi ni tuko ame abetwa me ko me abetwa manche ko mi manche ke le nche le etuko ame to mo ko be automatically eli agashi ni bi pi ni ya no je me it doesn't manche me le ko but individuals ni ame de which is for well lebi gapole che ga wa gaspo ama pifi ona kai ni wo feel like manche me le ko shi me ko no ko me ko ame to ame na me tanzo ame fe na kan bi ye
right
well it was ke yeni yomo ya sa ame here ke fe na ga mi ke egba na fi ke wo kaji o yeni yomo ya sa na me le ko ona ni ama ko mi fu ka wa me ta ma fi tani ke o sani e amanyani ame domomi automatically you are blaming them already which wouldn't tell you amele ko onumishi ni agbena mi qualify ni bi comment mo ke sani enye ena kaji le den jeju le ibana mepeni they have to have close contact with manche bona fe kan ko we ni anya achi abanke manche ona rather than throw shade than watch your back manche but no fit to sade kura ona because no ni ya no fe amena inka ka amena no fe ni ya no no ba le akashi amele eko alo amele eko chi ona ke bo no first no ba fe ma take bo no na ma use against bo
right
ona ni
right
because ona ni ete no etue ba mo ni be ni etue ba si no echa nu ma manche be nu ma manche chuko amedeme agamba fe na ganoko wala akashi eba dem before ni yomo eba yi si ene no o check be to no ni ete no nu ma manche tume alo
ofane nka aka tume nke na ke no ko ya no then aka we bi ani yo wa we me be ko
she ima ona ke adamu meteni ni happy wo fe wo tuefa boni aba solve ni no she ona ke she ton of no okay you mo fumo efento mo be which means I mean o anu mama che warning akashi ona ni ima of na mi po fight ni be no ote grant us cancel la ke amebademe ni festival ameba nake nani numu for me ke wo bi eko amebademe ani no te deme ani cheme abeka ba keshi kano ko happy alo obi na baba gba nyina ko ne twa me alo ni aye achile na kan because kaji na kan be jebe tell te miniji say na money your mo because kaji ote dem at least the sani amiable assurance wa say okay manye next time kano ko ne kan happy twa alo twa mashi koni wako bora ba fi
Ofana meliona ka watcha.
ne twa okay all right okay
That's right.
okay
Ishe.
but me if I me any permit Tony makebo pare kafie naturally agbena fa na yaka mami papo fai o fa ne like coach ba le si o fa ne wa ade nche o fa ne on o fa ne o ba je omiafu ni owie no fia no si once ni lumojibo mi maswage yaka ni bi ele mami papo fai fa ne wa de nche because no we ke onu pa ko me no ni ameno na am bi ake manye pa ni ta fonu me shi o fa ne wa de nche won papo fa ni okudo na ka de me mi fi o ni onye o try ni ona wait ko me ni ke na ka ni be happy wa your contact am straight ko ni anye abano ni anye abako ni because ma am e fa fenye ona one thing pedi am e fa fenye ni ene me ka onye ona many but stand for good solution and back when na da ne because individual come in women mo ko ma ba ke le ke ona ni agno fa ne one thing na kan yo make no you ake galamse o fa ne ima o draw attention o fa ne o draw attention because we feel like galamse ben take ska june we ko fe na kan government don ke e me ba wo mi e ima o fa ne o fa wa adente because o mention na kan e wa go government take ameka ba ngana ka small no e ma
Ishe.
ni kame mo school no ma ni ba se ne shako because ameka man tebe no ba fe ko me you can never win them you can never win them one man o fa ne wa no matter no like a school no ko no keep no o fa ne ane o for throw me o fa ne
Ishe.
yes ba me
okay yeah Ishe. Doc over the when you are pano o sande ko ni o ba suma ko bile alo ke no ko ba chona
machie kon mo fi amo solo egbe
right
egbe no ni nke ba be no nu nye ke ba no ma wi papa ro le on solo egbe egbe no ni nye ta fa che when you mi yuwe ikake amenguta ta ni o ni you are an American okay mokuke war wa American say ke wo meni what the military America wo mu system kuamo ni in marine akọ wake you don't judge a soldier of war you don't judge a soldier of war me because attacks on me acts under command there not personal whims say the war can collapse his moral clarity as a soldier because commander Habu she calls the war from there no matter war it collapses your moral clarity when on the war now apart from that about collapse moral survival to rewire your behavior the fact woman what they feel we are jeopardized what brain can be attendance if it be going more than I you will then about rewire or behavior the war mean you don't judge without experience. It's arrogant. You don't judge without experience. o yako wo obewo no ba kojo no mene wo ketashi ni wo manye adode ka bi ni legi first yo ni tata yo ni ka kwa mu tata ye gamahi wo chala ye shi after 200 years achimanye beni na achimanje mefe wo na me shebe ye keni ni gamente achime na mba fata gamaina aya ake ashante mano ni mancheme shebe ye le manye ekeleke taki komiye relationship wo shi ni mene na dokwa le eha ye yo manche ya chin plada ni ya sento aba wo gana me wo jensie ye jensie che tetaya ni ye ametaya ni sulu when mi yele nyeje agbenyemi agbede me kume ena ya lai na afi ye ne keni bi na efe ni wo na nyeje kana lejo ni abule fo indokuna mi denche cosmo wo nke woji ma chombu suhum shipon agbo nike shipon delepe ona ke atime amesumo litigations wa amesumo manson wa those days atime ame sumo manson wa ewo na me ba kote ye dan ekume pa me hin sika ewo ame afa wo cheme ni merchants na me yo sika ke ni bi ye ama afa sika na ke pure court ni bi ni ame ha me shipon di ye gen ewo shipon di ni ga me yo ye na kan ma no je so mo shipon but I promise you, Mr. Peter, nobody na imi. Shipon ni kaje, ni boni ame kulo. Shipon bona fite lehan. Ibo ni keta ni ne, imbu engeli e minata chale je ngene. Plana, ni je lube, ati manje je ni taje, enana. Eja enegente ma no, acha niye kese ma no. Nika ati manje enana le fue nana ni bo wenye mame hiye do ame kami nunde sake wo fi ameji sake wo support ameji ake wo boje ame muhi wo mi fi oni yana tisho now maka fight wenye mi yuwe in blame ile na in blame ile kola chikate muni ameli na fi no ame fiye nujinuni ni esele hin ni le atawo le manye ni sene no isa ke chongbe kuno ni kwa solution ni ke ba Ga Traditional Council Ga Traditional Council akeni mi inye wo wiku ye bena ye na kanja achemi chinu nke o ame standard ne o da won ton ya ni mi ko no ya fatai iwo mi ese mancheme bujin adiyega ni aye gamanche na aye gasen wulu hin eshe perfect problem ko kra behi edi regional house of chiefs long a right okay ya ni long a right the commando military ke police ke bibi na ya agen amete shade sani shake na cho due diligence na ba fe investigations odoba na ba relate with ame how say ni your eastern region ko ni ega no ni benkulaji oblanyo ani manche kelete ati manche kelete ni you oni efe to money ego let him the cause of the whole problem ni le mo ena hegbe ni e accuse wonye ni e jake wonye ni e poje nche amele ake ababa slabe
ninu wa ba ke eshana de ke tishine ke ba insene wiake enene ni
wo blame ni ngba wo blame ni ngba wo blame ni ngba wo blame le
me try in terms of ni ekole ache wonye me ni ababia me sande dan to mo be ni me come you naka me eshana enene ni mi na chele no na video say musu nshale ne phones ne try me nyeba wa
ni bochi ni ngwa ta flache enye kemi ake itishinde no ni tatai no ayachi manche go you can't just get up and say
doc masumo ni wa you no minta waka wanyeme you agbe na ko ni wa shile na ewo bona so go e ko your question ko
ni ko dole
right
yeah no ni wo mi ko dole bon chum
okay
okay there no no there should be even though they not there so not the diligence wasn't really set right for them ya ke me po amelia ka ba na ba sa me shi me te na me te am sa me ya ka ti manche ka ma ke aba
right
wo black when they back okay ne black when they was spoke here je ne fi o pe when fi be bu la ni ne adomo je e pe ye mo na oju ba ni yi so barake wonye mi me na manche me je amen fe ye amen tatai ke ona ye mo ona mo so he it was just there an ma chi shi je
right
boni papa roka wonye mi yu awie na o fine no chi shi fi o ye na kan je awo mene boni otele no che ni nu agbe ke iba kwe yen magbu na ehi wokabu eta mi mo shi mbe mi se onu mi si isake no fi ano ni ne ba wo fe wo yu boni ni nu ate wa yu mo wo je pa ko ba wo ogbe no ni nu wa de che yu ye regional house of chiefs wo next time no chinsi ida ke ke se ta mo be pu iso ko ni boje nche o hinyen loi ko demons ko no ha wo find wa je fe mo careful ni okashi oye oshi wo ma eninu ba bo fe boni je wole ake ikeni da confusion ni na boni ba na boni I don't really care shishikwe isake amen na me chinsi
right
ni ameke police allies na ya menini afi when keni ne ba don wo mi nkojobu o ye gbe no fi o sey o ye gbe no fi o katapa ida ko betu you know you playing for cry jake aba debo no ni school at least o ba yan o gba mo to yin wo America tob ake kemu ko ba ni gbogbo titi mo le keke oni skin iron ni ji
that's right
na ke so edin ni nko abo si fe mo le blow idake you need the regional house of chiefs na be ba mi wo ka ya mi chon mo fi amo le bo ni tele e ko mo ba sian wo mo wo handle
right ishe abache over over to you ni je na no me wanye mi you
the ora don over mi bodo manye mi ba chemeke ni me fen de manye in sa ajeko chon she imagine she maka she there's a difference between Marines and soldiers. We're not the same. Kema chano manyofane insani bi moji ofane benye manche nyimano ofane ake ankwale na efinye ya fiu akashi ni na mi fe yetam ni nyetwa ina manche he mi important ni I'm a bit worried about that. Na no ne woni le e be mi important alo wonu we gbenchu in name no ko pote won
protect le
o fa no ke
one protect le no te ni ga je se no fe te ko mi awon ri akushi osmon le re mo ya fi opi ni kana itu eta na wo cause le na mento na me ameba wo manche ke ma wono na efetu mo le no je manche yeli ni she manche for 15 years e kwa wono ahu osmon le re mo ya fa medium no yo
o fa ne nye asafo acheme
akoda no won wele asafo acheme nkengbe yi cause shishije be a peaceful awo shipi kasa ay kumepe shipa akoda ni ruwa na katamba won wele piken
fa na you o fa ne ninyete professional council nye abo cheme kumya manie o fa ni ke ye no se ani amefa na ne koye amebanye mano ameke ochini mi ke ni to be ni regional house fana me ba ani professional council amefa na ne ye na ga no
ofa na metu ke babie shi amekochi ni sanele nuku yake akochi ni reshi achu gansa fache meke babie ahu
ofane deba shi alo face amebaje ni ame mbana mba wanye
mukome ba before the bar ni the bar one ba na after the bar menyo e ba chumbe
okay
da na pata na keke woni da no woke na meba
ofane you e wonto again e shi ba mbejo na kan no sani fi e aga shi ke agbanye na pito bi e sani na kan no da gbe na kan mukume jameni ame wanye agbe na ofane ina gbe wi mu tumo beni nye mu nipa wi ke chon hin ofane wa e shi ba mi bigo bi mo kan na fosan shi ma wo gbeke bianga agashi yele she ke wo kwe oni bi femu ke oyu mo pie oyu osho ni nwa wo ta bi wo yu en kwa nwa mu ko sho no wa agashi nwa da go nyene nwenwe bi shi mu bini oyu osho le no taflacho okwa ehie ni beni ebaje mepo to beni nyami yu ke eba yu poni ngo na podenche sinkwe bekono no choni okale ayue ni efe na jo wiemo koni ekomefi maloshi ni mwaba eke regional se hwenye efi efa amewa ni fe shi bere okale yu obe kume ankwale be koni bobi mo tuye domi wa beni okale yu aba taflache ehia ni bi ke ni bi kume ni enye ma yu ma chepo e bi ona yeshiba mi
ofane benye kenwe nu mene poni ara kenke ninu wa ba na jeno ke nke ba kwe neke no kwe ya na ebie no mi ya no bina me ba ibi kwa ke ebana ni ara kenje ninu wa shina na kan video the only video I did was me qualify gamanche yes anem nye no po otejeme owo ke eba wa sane ke ba fite sane na wi ake no kwe ya no ebe koso wompi ina ene asjemo ni atwami mempi atwami aka video ko circulate ninja ninwa ke body can all that I don't understand me qualify what me and these people have money to do whatever they want or kawa foka chenye nekole nibi kome ya no nye kwami nyesa nye banyembu wako who give up
Dabi
mabako
manye natui manye ofa ne bo mi tui dabi the I think I can point any and make or keji onushishi ebawa fi bonie kole dabi oja kole shi dabi ofa ne bo tui ofa ne bo mi tui 1 second point any and make or bona ke ogmo twishishi ndonu shishi ebawa fi boni ofila ke ekole efite la lo ayu yen dabi je na oyu no ko bi ane no and that is the more reason e woni isani no ni ayu o onushishi because okay many ake deal law ame shika ame influence ame ni BP ni taflache You understand what I'm saying? And that is the more reason you want is any what try ake oba bua wo hina instead of ni oba agbe. Bona. So oba ke wacheni nati actually ke buake at some point oba need the regional house of chiefs. At some point oba need the mene, oba need the mene, oba need the mene. Bona. No ni shi fie. Ge no fe no shika nyo fie. Moko ene ye shika. Moko ye gbomo. Moko ye sumo. No ni sumo ba nye fie shika nye fie. So yes, maybe ekole mokonye ke shika bahabo. She because again a relationship, it was just a phone call ba fe e ba wabo. Fe money ekole nye shika ne ekole le ba nye ya pay bribe. Bona. So akojobo. I think the point is this again we natri. Ona boni ni yo natri. Ona oye tami no one ona ke one discuss. We are bringing attention to your plight. But onushishi. There is something going on there. You understand what I'm saying? So we are in this with you. And I don't think I get Kojobo Dabi. They are just telling you not tribo like bejelo ena iseni. And I understand. Oh in Shambo. I get it. Oh in Shambo, and rightly so. Because biane odumo manfe na. So esani oya Shambo. Koye Shangaboe. Beja, be ochuo nuchumo. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, a shami face you have to be circumspect. Bona, ni okwe the way ni o move or when it comes to certain things come. You understand what I'm saying? Esani okeni nwana be ni esani ominfuole. You understand what I'm saying? Tumobeni yueke choni like ninke link send the bono bo inkwemo. Ebanye balake efamona jinko me ni ye bo susu mo miye. You understand what I'm saying? Eja she befe beni die minke bo fe wo fe wo cheni wamo ni ba wamo so wo ba na twi ni ni tako chulu kometo enye chu ne genu chu mone. We're going to need all hands on deck. Na gamblo for me call all hands on deck. So ke ni tako chulu mo afa ni nungwa ka regional house mu afa eba wawa fenoni ashia mokomepe. You understand what I'm saying? Fenona ashia Grand Traditional Council pe. Grand Traditional Council ba mu afa eba mo the traditional aspect there. Ni regional house of chiefs led by ni nungwa ba mo the administrative aspect. Fe no mo no ni. Bona. So ofa ne natri mene nliaga watch ni na actually be my right up ko ni video nkele disagree, but that was the point they town they make here. You understand? So traditional council ba mo the traditional aspect there, administrative aspect there led by ninungwa amo me ba mo jeme ona tale kaya ta maybe ake ya on ifale the better ona. So esa na efi otomobe oje ninungwa yemi bona no ba ka we need your support. Traditional council mommy no boy called no wa. You understand what I'm saying? I think that is where any warfare one time work like just not tree a make the few because warfare oba need the mo fame on afitanye no esa no jio mo yemi doc ni na go ota o ke no afitai.
If you me ake boni wo wie wo fen wo wie le fa na no chinchi. The money was Papa Room, Fiamo, you if falling at the ata. You the money what be problem no fear was support 100%. See, Annie Lila Bash Ninu Wale is Annie Poya, many po is Annie Poya. When I'm no bad kake, no by your kaka, Ninu Babakwe, Bakona on a bow for each other, but no year better. Only see tomorrow will call boy will blame me. Ejake oje kami.
Yeah.
Me kami le ke o from only o insho e shabu ni o from only ni money for ba save your call kwe na yen.
That's right.
O save your million. You will find wa je no buy or ba for ni. I think we are fair and frank. and friendly to make that statement to you again. And only get could have been few how on we could have no na lege na can one na lege for your time.
Manye. Oh again. Yeah, so far naturally we are in this. We are in this with you together. Oh no. That is why back in the body when she pay no, so we are in this with you together. What about supporting you? One know about fee say about fee. Last time we did what we had to do in the background. What fair no know about fee say. So me especially no ni wako na ni baje but even though a chunk benones and you understand what I'm saying, but we did what we have to do, so we'll continue to do what we have to do. Koni wamone sani mo fe mo ke wanye ake wanye so we are in this together. Manye, you are not alone. You are not alone. We are in this together. No ufane kako what could I be? Nobody is condemning you. One time no fair no aye mu, no fair no afe fine. Ojoba. No. Fine, your best. Oh, radon man. So, oba you say, no, my trouble ke chele. No. Yeah, you welcome. Fine, oba you drop. Yeah. All right. So, there you have it. Like I said, you can understand barely.
I'm a correct nuku.
Okay.
I'm a correct nuku. In brother, the after Papa Rue, there is a difference between a soldier and a marine. If you want to get you, meantime, be like inu. There is a marine or a army. Inu na call nukwake. All marines are soldiers. Not all soldiers are marine. Inu na call na.
A true Marine would never refer to themselves as a soldier.
No changing. Me can get Ghana. Me can get Ghana. You want to put that on a contest, you can get Maria Ghana as in Yen. Main cable.
Right.
Do your research well. Do your research well. One man.
Yeah. So you do man you
slogan.
That's right. Anyways, so Chame, how do we deal with this issue? You know what? Animal cannot write up what you need actually agbo. Let me read your write up ni ogma back and neck pan ni must start with you again yeme eba mi okay nya woke manye na akokwa chere kuba afita panele in a second, but let me start with I'm a kind Nina actually agbo write up any.
It's a long write up. It's a long write up.
Oh my feel bamba. Okay. All right. So again, the drum must sound right in Ga-Dangme. You can't be a Gamanche if you are not from Mashi. It is regrettable yet unavoidable to speak the truth. The Nungwamanche-led Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs has failed in its sacred duty to uphold the goodwill, customary right, and legitimate authority of its son, the Gamanche, to intervene in this matter. It is painful to speak when silence would be easier. Yet when truth is buried, the stool trembles. Sadly, but it must be said that during the visit to the Ochini and Ga-Dangme communities in the eastern region, they failed to lift the calabash of wisdom and to uphold the rightful voice of the Gamanche. By custom and established order, the Gamanche possesses the capacity and mandate to engage the Ochini. This responsibility does not lie with the Nungwamanche, who, as president of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs, is rather mandated to deal with his counterpart, the president of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs. The stools of the Gamanche and the Ochini are land-owning stools recognized under the laws of the land. When such stools speak, it is not an act of courtesy, but an expression of law and custom. These concerns are not raised in haste, malice, or hard breath, but in fidelity to truth and honor, and with cold wisdom for the preservation of proper customary law and order in Ochebedi Dua. My words are not born out of anger or disrespect towards my honorable chiefs led by the Nungwamanche, but of duty to ensure that true custom endures. For when precedence is bent without evidence, this order works freely. In this matter, however, the Nwamanche-led house has allowed the talking drum to beat out of rhythm and has turned its ear away from the rightful voice of the Gamanche. Equally troubling is the silence and posture adopted by Gbobu and the Nai Wulomo as overlords of Ga-Dangme. Their silence is deeply disappointing and risks undermining the way foundations of the traditional authority of the Gamanche stool, to which they are ecclesiastically bound. Ecclesiastically. There you go. When elders refuse correction, the village walks towards darkness. When the landowner is silenced, the spirits withdraw their protection. A guest does not point to the landlord's boundary stone, nor does a borrowed stool become ancestral. When the owner of the house is seated, the stranger does not take the head stool. When the earth speaks, feet must be still. The overlords must speak. Ochebede the teacher says that the drum must sound according to its kin, and the horn must blow from its rightful mouth. Therefore, our brethren from the east did not err in seeking the indulgence of the Gamanche. They went to him because the river does not forget its source, and the crab does not deny the sea. They acted in full relation of historical fact and customary law, that the Ochinini's palace stands on Gamanche land, not on the lands of Nungwa, Teshi, or Pampram. A guest does not withdraw the boundaries of the host courtyard. This is an established reality that must be acknowledged and with humility and respect. Let it therefore be clearly stated that authenticity, custodianship, and sovereign authority of the Gamanche are not matters of negotiation or convenience. They are rooted in history, tradition, and sacred trust. To disregard this is to invite disorder. When the custodian of the land extends his hand, it is not to be pushed aside. To silence the Gamanche is to tell the earth that it has no owner, and to invite ancestors to turn their backs. Let it be remembered that stools do not compete where boundaries are clear. Stools do not wrestle where lineage is settled. Boundaries do not shift because voices are loud. The authority of the Gamanche is ancient, authentic, and ancestral. It is not a favor granted by councils, but a sacred trust handed down by the first feet that touched this land. To honor it is to preserve peace. To disregard it is to summon confusion. In the interest of peace, unity, and the preservation of tradition, all parties are urged to accord the Gamanche the respect and recognition due its stool. Let wisdom return to its mat. Let its stool remain under the shade of its own tree. But when tradition is honored, peace lives soundly. But when custom is mocked, even the drum of unity cracks. May peace return to its seat in Ochebedidua. May tradition speak without obstruction. Again and again, may each stool remain within the shade of its own tree. Usofo ni nati actually agbo. Eyakbano. Iche. I understand the point that you made in here, but like I said earlier, I think Ninungwa should have been. We should cut him some slack. Don't you think so?
Oh, yeah. Oh, quite in writing, body money. But I was expressing sobriety and piety of heart. Nibi kume folly kume wo mancheme genchame counselors. Sana counsels ya amehi.
Right.
Ni bina mi wo mancheme gencheni wo cheme. Isake amena counselors wa. Na ke social media kume kwa meba social media amelenu ya no eje. Yake nibi kume na me ka ke shiwa me beni ni no having some so they don't really have impulse of current affairs. It will be what they me kume ba wa ame. Ni ajeli ne shi akeni me in yes interest ye me one I have been very careful. I check the Manchester is the engineer yake inside. Wo kusali wo yan magbana ma si ni ejake Ga-Dangme won fe won ni ntamo shayo gbonu ne bashia ne bana binu na ake ekulebe fali semo alo eleni ni homo kene ekebinu nga ebe ni ejepo yesia mi ekebe ejepo skiti no ne ya be iwi be ije won fe won ni tomo shanu gbonu neba nekule son in law ko ya pe bi ojogba iwo eba ya hale woni ni chila na ikenya agbona ikenje kenya na kanji boni woni fi mo yo obiane ile ake gan Gambia ta flache pe wote si ke won jipo isake wo fi careful kuni akana ke ta flache min blam ye wote ida ke ka na ke min bla wote abuwo abayi wono ona boni nton honestly any sanie dana wa ajiake na the traditional council near if I feel very loud why social media
right
ni mo fia mo blast ona boni nton ewo efeminate ate taflache me majache me kuma me ameliake sane eba traditional council lo ida ke liake Ghana traditional council is under regional house of chiefs una boni nton misikwen kaji due diligence afujwa abanya information e po kaje regional house of chiefs aka hawo ni na una boni nton tani a consult Eastern Regional House of Chiefs. Tony niefe kutu kemiya.
right
Si ile no mi ke bon. Ni boni ni na le mi na ni etomo 2 elephants na men pilenu kohi. Ni tomo woni adeje ni sumo adejwa ke fe so use adejwa. E on right is there a lot of adage. Okay, when 2 elephant fights what? The grass. Bisikwe esa nipu e yake wonye me awalake ame lives. It was that to be extremely extra careful. Ni wa due diligence ascertain. Dani woni afetumo so chaotic. Ana nina. Iwo tefu na te tafrache unaka ochihini in fact in ha chimo ye ni
you think
ina ke ha
chimo because personally he was present personally
yes was ko sakeya na kele sake fake mancheme na ya chimo ki eke moni accuse ole Legina ka manche le oje le manche e ke padi ejo na mi jibe na me fi oni e I know them just na agency
right
yes ona boni nton wo meni wo moko ye je ri ni efie e gba wona ta flache tanya ni ne waka wala ka nyemi ni
yes
de ke na e ko de ke mi wo ke ni sinu e woni e ke ke wele si actually blah. It's a regional house of chiefs. Administration you can feel on it. Well, but you na ye me ha hegbe mu. Duro mu na hegbe. Do you mean no need repeat itself? It was like a ye money you of me tanu mo ho akebo fe boni jien. E jake ona drums ko men be kenje gapupa ko ma no. Ni make a wait the same.
Right.
Ni mie oliake titrie kake mo ko sofa ye gamanche na di eleji mo ni fit political career po. Shonaedi ebale gasen ni ji gasen ni ihanihu. I'll defend it no matter what.
Right.
You want na kanji boni ina le boni ni ya le. Eja ke ko ka ke okay. Boni ta no na wo sumu esami. Wo ba ko na fe ni bi na ke bagasen shin. Beni money.
You think that step you think that step that Ninungwa took was to undermine Gasen?
Ninungwa should have consulted the traditional council, which is under the regional house of chiefs. Essentially, a registrar. That is the due diligence.
Right.
That's the protocol. So that protocol was never established.
Yeah.
It was never established. Well, you can read so many meaning into it. Either I fail to silence Gamanche, I fail to Gasen, I fail to, so many. The way I tell ni chonake tafrache, where you could be film
right.
You have obliged ne long tafrache, ilile te ke mina like ile is so innocent. Clearly,
I understand the politics of the, exactly. I understand.
That is the start. As a journalist, they make every view journalist give me.
Yeah.
That's like it. In dollar, the fact that dollar in your job.
Right.
Well,
so ni I'm about ne fake back a program be mta wo fe ne wo fe nia Akwamin no ma Akwamin Sasania. What is the way forward? How do we fix this in terms of JJ Majanche me na no. But in terms of when many go through Nekenukwe, how do we fix this? What can we do as a people? Ni when you wa
Mas on a body ni wilenji ke a regional house of Amejin here. Una Ameli done with Eastern Regional House of Chiefs. More. Una bonincho.
Right.
Ne FA very strong. Because Eastern Regional House of Chiefs well like a Ga-Dangme.
Yes.
Paume the hikume. The Ibefiu yen. Una bonincho apabu yen apabu man tabu yen. Una ewo jeni aba connecting ye kejejen.
Right.
Una sim kebu. Otini na ijakele ke chue se achani ye. Ora bonincho jeni tani wale ati da gbenu makake aje dole. Forgiveness for them aka I settle no fiano wobina ke no fiano jo ka ke neke mu pe pa ifa na ti bia na le ko na hie wo o afi it o create suicidal situation ni ba when you me hu na e wo ene share region it was sake ame connect Eastern Regional House of Chiefs ni ame nanu na akefi of Ga-Dangme yeshipon no how if he is strong.
Right.
That's the way forward.
That sounds good. And what abolish we move on to our next topic. Anyways, manya na ko kwacheku ofane and one way.
Me bamani.
Manya blawo.
Me ndabushini. Me ndokolo hu fenshi. First ni nani mi ta oni ma wie ma biji ake. Neke aklowa ne inly amehisa no jogba, honestly I will not lie. She ani aklowa ni ye me kume shisha senko shishin ye gane lo mankoni taflache moku ke eshikaye heni eke eweku settle ye no ni mene ba chon man no jino ni mita ma understand she at that that aside, I agree with a lot of things. Ni watching na te area owner, but my problem is that the reason why I mean big question and big first one is because
so let me
this
see.
is not the,
Let me see if I can try and answer you. So the history is that like tumobeno li cheme yahi na menjeme no cheme from all over Ga-Dangme land. So Mashibi yajeme, Osume yajeme, Lame yajeme, Teshime all the way. Ke agbe adang ame yajeme blemabi yahi nefe whole community. So for years because now me fe Ga-Dangme be war. Ame mo ame na menjeme kome. Ame dienche ame wole ame machi ame majianche me ka ame manyeme. And from what I understand from what you do ke atomanche akucho mine je be a reporter to naka akucho so be money yo je me bia na fe money yo manche je me bia na be josu no be ye osu sen shishi next one na ba to ke mo je teshi be e ba report to the teshi to naka nji arrangement ni ame yo je me.
Oh, okay. It will be more like a Cosmo village.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Investor.
Okay. All right. Then that will clear my mind on what my opinion is because Kumonokoi, this is not the first time we are seeing a Ga-Dangme community going through turmoil. Tamo Neke. I always refer to Papa Ase when Papa Ase was in trouble. La Teman, when anyone La Teme, twin to be Kamame, no, and make a twin to be Amen Blahi. Ekoji don't fase, Ekoji Kutoku, J baby. And all this didn't start today. Ni waba behave tamo, woliake, wo be they go through this kind of, but do you know my problem? My problem is that the reason why I agree with Nina Teshi, I also have a reservation in Jackie. What traditional council in your Jemmy, time and time again, they fail us, and that is why what Chemeko can decide ake and ateshina mefe noni amesumo. Everything Ninate wrote in his submission was spot on. Shona, and like he said, it is the battle Nineke two elephants ne ame no, and you are not even paying attention to who is suffering.
That's right.
We are sure neke aklowane afiake Nine was saying poten koshishi. Tombina metro 99 villages, 21 villages, 110 villages ne e homo koshishi ojo ba nkwen na kan mo ete koshiomo ne ba wi alomo ko ete shi ne wi ake o ne kan klowa ne mino nkwen onu ake senji efe ete shi o mino ni amempelehi. Then you would have seen their interest. But when they cannot really bite the chunk, you don't see involvement in things that goes on. And that is what pains me. No, Jimmy, in harmony in your family. Because we were not supposed to even sit and watch a look. Ni ebashe, he ni eyashe. Video first time ni ake neke ochihini ne yakpe it will be the way they spoke neke eke report eke report ya ochihini in one of our meetings you could see ake the man was even lackadaisical about it tamo no nya wi na ke tmo no nya wi po evidence bet mo je na kan ni e wo mi eke nya kele neke you know he didn't speak like somebody who had come into a meeting that held power no koni sustain or no koni yani eke reports patako in ya. Why? Because there is nobody stepping foot to Jubani a claim ni ake sake megbemene amena justice. And I always feel sad when I know ake gama be a landshuishi, gama be a livelihood. You know, more again, she will not going to Jubani feel konime. Because I remember when I even made contact, ake I would have spoken to Manye when I could see the passion in a woman who was really a sick development can ba maklowani jeme wa gbele ni jeme wa ni me you know ni all of a sudden I can share ba we gari me nakai. It is very sad. Ona, and I am telling you ni nungwa I agree also if we say we should cut him some slack ake ete shi hu ne ba fe no ni efe ne nkwe this thing will go unnoticed. We'll talk about it talk about it, and it will be one of the stories we discuss and it goes. Papa say no, ye moko senshi ye senshi po te agbe na ten. Don't fast say no ye moko senshi po te agbe na ten. I think it was just yesterday. I send me ni neko ni chinto be asaya ko chinto be ko man ni nakai man sen wulu shishi ojoba. What as nakai man chepote ni he has left those people to their feet, either because is too far. They should fend for themselves. It is about time we begin to understand that who needs to be accountable must be held accountable.
Okay.
It is rather unfortunate that this is a Cosmo village. It's universal. This is the time they should bury their ashes. That's
right.
Abba, I have always said it is during periods like this and the unity of Ga-Dangme Ojogba. It is periods like this and this is the reason why we have the Gamanches too. Bonafe ni wana some kind of administrative power ko ni ba here ni wokeba poni bi kun wokeba ya. When I say ta, biane aya take clan take any be don, I am intellectual ta, I am visionary ta. These are the times we need this changing. Then they will lead us, but not because we are under them as slaves, but because we are under them as a supporting changing. Who pride will be restored.
Right.
Are we going to sit down now for the men? For how long na babo ni say? For how long na say?
Right.
We should begin to think deeper than just was saying what we are gaining.
That's right. Ovana you. Yeah, Mawa, Ovana one way.
Ka bi keke elehe ku no ni man te jibo ni beke no ko ya no mi to ma bi ni mene doc we he feel me as man che me jiro no feel because if you like she keje te she the mo she no ke problem me fa ba solve no ta she o palace ko me ga boko hakobo problem e jebe dan interaka presby e chia Advocate President said, or two sham no fail it was one you are to a wall. Cabotio school.
Right.
No Oshia, Moko Hakobo problem done. No Minoka Game Yoshiko and I have a problem. Notice it. No fear no way.
Yeah.
I lay no go, or lay no go, many general fuel. Many general fuel. Na jame na apply me na ya me na gbe me na fe to ne sa na feel and yet je o tension about feel no ko ye na be na we papa ro we no ko about ne ke galam o na ke de ni sare ne ba ko kayo in ya ke boni akekete ne na ke na awie ne ke sare ne ani galam se na ke he woni game fe ka me na bo woni ke ni ne no mi ne disane in bina kan samye ka ni ne video je bina kesa aka ani galamse ni hani mo fia mo to ke ya wo mi lo ato na awa nyemi because kan lele na to na awa nyemi kwa sa no ne happy ne jo nyemi no ne happy ya me man no esa na happy ko ni after ni as ni jino na after
right
I follow up ke manche ke mambi ni jino na after
right.
See, I believe I can say Africa no honey no ni banye jo menene e ko se ba e ko we ni achi manje e kata shi ne ka say leno ko e chuko that's not right.
Yeah.
Gana no you am ko ba ko na e jeme ko ha ko problem e jeme da akutu e me jeme yo nta achi manje ka me ni e ke yansia 5 minutes in sheshia ona mo ko ha ko problem dem kana baga hi onye yega Netash ni wahanya peace of mind wo mo nyami to mo nyami me no ka wo yo man ni
problems in Yano, or there only or the washe, me or protectable. That is not right.
Yeah.
No, I think until when
That's right.
Okay. Well,
all right. Thank you. Akuche. Family
Yo.
kuku awa ye no can we move on to the next one. So kuku feel go. Over there. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So when we fair or we nwa manche jeme tini na te twa ewie ni bi kuma mi to ma ba mi feel jeme ma le. Wo fair so do boni china na sikle ha. Manje fake e boni inani ni nwa ba jeme whatever. We can no angbeshi. She at least ni nwa efie effort. Odubishi. These are some of the things in it. I mean, as I say, you have to feel it. I can see. Okay, if I get a phone, Nick, you can have your phone, no? I'm as usual, no. She, a friend, and a lay will be automatically a low me pocket yes, any anina manche. Whether the machine, but I invite the driver, whatever, no way happy, well, only trip, but any if you actually, Odubishi, ni a nina there. Automatically, as one I can see. Be shimo ko baba ochi manche lenche e ba ile she ni bi pia me onu me she
yeah
ti nyele no ni happy after ni nu wati de me no ni manye hu de ba fe video nye kwa to Dubai after ni nu wati de me ni eke manche atachi whatever ni manche lenche be manche ona ye yo mo ya ni e do ka ni nu wa be ni nu wa be je tapache e yero le re kan flush kan boli shikeke onu me she ona ni e wa at least kati manche po lenche e ya no na fi omi e be ye shemo baba onu me she
yeah
e wo si ni ate ni afe ni atano e twa ke je chale no po no ni yo na ba se ba fe na ka video e ko e video de ba fe to condemn ni what e na te game no matter how to ni na that no matter how ni if a mistake po lenche listen focus more the bar neighbor them no the good side of bar neighbor and the bad judge no kolo you want ka ofet mi ochi na nu ogawai
yeah
mi ka bonoko you ogawa wo ka obafe no kono ko ba condemn mo ko neighbor na fight ya bo e gbe ma chari mo na ateje mi ni gbe ba se ko Odumisi ni agbene wo second ni ete grand treasure council bo wo fa olagechi tam na ete de ni bi ya no nu wa ma cheke wo lagesa jin ya no mo and grand treasure council ame wa me fana jina meke manche atachi da kalo because kene ne e cha no ku e school mbe so ake meni afeni na me na ma ya jeme Odumisi come back to ake many afeni na ba ya because grand treasure council mu fe na ni ake manche atachi ba na ke da bi no ni ya no le ko na sanibaba si money afe first one money no ba condemn le long if I get ele no newo si at that time I don't think it's the right time ko ba gbe na ka yo mo je ba condemn ni ninu ngwa de me na ba na ka ta me
paru what again
mi no ko get treasure council na abanwe ani ate de me ni akemanche hu e ana shita moto bo ni ninu ngwa fe lo ni aga owie ne kwa gashi sani ni echi Odumisi ni echi mo ji yo mo ni yo ni natachule akashi kaji data ta kanse won fana ne after ni ngwa te ama me fa me na nku e no di no ba na kan chi mo Odumisi because no ni me na here kaji to mo no owie agashi kaji regional chief because o trust ya be me no we fe nkebo kwa agbe si manye na nche ni afie se ana trust the regional chief me no because a trust the mitigator treasure council I don't lay many trust the work about substance the treasure council ni na tatele o yo mo won na wa akashi popo como no ota akrapo di de como yo mo no you akashi sani regional chief am ka ben chashile ya ka oliaka no pa ba na so because amaya me police work ga Eja kra na aba Ga-Dangme. Ni ke bonoko. Ona nie. Ona nie.
Yeah.
She oje gatra ame fe kodoko yi. Ame fe ko amina ne yi. E ka basla me keke. Nani wana pe da ba na fe na me amata she Ga-Dangme. Now me celebrate na again me talk about Australia. She maintain and I'm a fan of the look me cry me.
Is it?
Thank you.
Papa, okay, a traditional council, that's not a police. I mean, how credible are they? No, but a police boy.
It got regional house of chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a fair look at there.
Yeah, is it? Abache.
Ga-Dangme is a Cosmo village. Ninungwa can really go there because everybody has the right to visit the place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think this point, I agree with Papa Ro because Kamukeba show here in Agbene, you are in a representation. It doesn't mean anything. It means something. You could have gone there because right there, because aside being the president of the council, he's the man of Mungwa and the being we can cut him some slack there, like you said.
Right. Is it? Abache.
Well, to add a little bit more to Donny Ayuaba Ninunwa, in my opinion, in Nenole the fact that Agashi Nakai ma ajem gam was different to na to Jeme. No money ha regional house say he was lepofi traditional council.
Right.
Yeah, Agashi Jeme le gafe kwesi Jeme Ga-Dangme fe kwesi Jeme. E wa ma mi chu e moyo e wale. Fi na wa traditional council. You know the individual in a sense gamashi a penny a represent to Jeme.
Right.
No, I mean, why but go come with Jeme to move Benin regional house say you no come with Jeme.
Right.
Ona she anyway no akafa no ni mita ma ke nu wale ma bi ni nu waji the fact that actually take net Jeme ochi ni no ko eke ochi ni agashi eke e bien wo le din.
That's right.
E wo no feeling baba ni gabashi ame e ba hold le responsible.
That's right.
So this is the first step. No ko ba Jeme agbere ni nu wa obi ane pese no obi onyemi
e mogo ba e ba ke ni nu wa ba ka ba ke te fio ten in bio in ya ni abio san ye ni nte Jeme Ga-Dangme po mi awola aga mi no nte Jeme
ene na ke da flat e ko bi nya osho no ofo osho wa tumo aloje na.
That's right.
E wo onyemi yo alo manye no ni wo ba kele wo kele akeni bi gbeko no ebo mo ne le ke bele yu ke sure ni nwa chini nwa won mo ta obro to ake le nchajibo o fa no ko fili na gbene onyemi alo nyanyu ni okele gbasa ni ake si oke obi e wo le din bia no bi enfu ake si muko e bata me e wo bia na bo nchu no se no chu no kala ayu no bisani ni what na been wa feni a solve the problem ne.
Right.
Ya ke okay o bi e wo lede. E woni nwa e si ba mi. E konka mi.
That's right. That's right. Sounds good.
Yeah. If I a quick one, cool. In a video, Kulehuni Oblahi Abi were accusing another faction kwake amamefio near Yakluwa, me feel near Mamene. I think I can when you mean if they all peace, they should also stay calm and desist from Nibi Kumenakai because Akekesi Santo Dio Swanini. Ni me denche ameyenye wemu. Ninye kabe back be nye ke ko back be ye mam ninye ba afia ke ko le nye fafia me wo be nye ba afia me he ka me ho me ti agbe no ba che pi ke fata me na ba ko amese ba. And in this instance nye fia hu san bi e wo nye ba bu anye hina mo nye mushidin ke ata beni nye ba na wa mo papa. And again to be Ga-Dangme we shouldn't dance before the sound of the drum. Ke ojo da na acha ayimi no ole mi po ole jopo na ya hye.
That's right.
E wo ke fe wona twi hu pio nu wo ya akekwe wo manye le hu na twi fio na ekwe aka numu e ba na e ba jeme te ba gbe na kwen ko le kwen, she would have seen a better result. I believe so.
If you ask me, and there are a few things coming and I think I can understand the dynamics of Bonnie Ga-Dangme and I'll call her tomorrow in text and maybe with that at the back of her mind the way anyway, let's move on to
okay, finally you.
Let's move on to our final one for today. Yeah,
Mike, Biloko.
Over to you.
If I know you what you tell me suffer film me. Yeah, traditional council there.
Opadna fitoi. Opadna.
Beni mi no. E kame yo. When no more teacher.
Ghana Jenny kuma boy.
Over
the one tree. Senko bed the Dafiga Manchester.
Right.
Senko pull Tabuku Kevate. Is saying Dafiga Manchester. A pasu. Woko you one hour load bang.
Right.
Exactly. But fair body for now me joke ba. Dans traditional council, I'm a bagansin is right.
Don't you think that is okay? Go ahead, Yano.
No, only amende. You could do a maid. You want no quack. What could you have made? You would get to where Jekyll about the West. We mean the body, yo. Exactly. Na imami na akọ achịrị kwụ n'ije very new opinion nke la ga ekwu e block mi wo e hamojogba na egbere ke ni na ka chele ba mi agbene there na kame na the passion for righteousness and just say kame na me ale
right
atani boni ye yo what could go mean a gem best you?
That's right.
What could you let her it can
right?
No will handle her. You find a wallet.
Oh yeah, I don't think I get one could. I don't think I get one could. Yeah, but I think I can say me not been and like I said, she's still watching us. She's still watching us, and I'll talk to her tomorrow. Yeah. Anyways, our program. So we're not tree. Neketo bigele ma show. What you almost Sunday as we're not tree. Over can you screen there no? Aninka bono agency. Ni not actually go funny. Aninka bono agency. Now, Ulomo, ni like I said, Beshia Poe, S.A. for eta play me. If for shorty. If for fast shorty. Mwanale. It was part
Zoom more picture.
Oh.
Zoom more.
Come on, you can manage. I know can end the show. I mean, come on, I can't end the show. Can't end the show. No,
You know, I got it was part of the Nani. Inche, Ovine, Incabofe, Abrochine or yo, Biane Bue or attack a few. And the weather I wore is an equal cardless, some slack. I get fair ye like an and the chop. Ni Nagada be no boy fair. Allo that's a no. Before you know, it's a no. Like I said, I don't know if I can say that. I don't know, but you understand my drift, right? So go on.
Yes, I understand you. Okay. When the you money, you are Jimmy Quello, Nuku, you are Bui, you money, amen. If you say Papa Rowe was there. This time, Papa Rowe, ya Pabane. Last me ya Jogumwe. It's like what I say. You might tell the Noriba, the Nofia, and then get it, they be a shika. Papa Rowe, the battle wake, and then Numo ewo kutoka si mi ken kwen na ke photo shoot ni na ke loko ni mo konfe diabolic ni ke ona wali ka ji boni na
if verify photos and any verify page ani ngabo yo no na ka me no je me pe nkoye inte source ko ni a verify ni any a verify e tro age in a photoshop ko.
Okay, but that kind of tree. Maleta ke si
na wole boots, I will sandals.
Kenklen. Right. Esifu ke ni biye. Me ni na ke actually. Be na amni which I don't support it. If you like it's an archaic nuku. Ulo menyo. Menyo amebi.
Over na tree. Koka is an archaic nuku and kusum feel archaic.
Davide kusum ko kra be na kan peshi ni yemi. Okay. Kusum ko kra be ni. Ni ta flache ye jeje fe wo game peji me ni ta flache. No only divide or war. Ni divide or war. Ate chemenyo meneke we obie ni maktomo Abraham ke lot. Ba ke kobie ka ba no mi nyumbo no mi. That was Bokete the third. Ke lakote adwa wishi di nukutumo 4 amebi amen. Right now we are talking about Bokete la we the 33. Don't know what you mean you are kenekeni ne akpani jake ekome femo be wo nekeni ne ba. You akwena amo amebi amli je noko na ke fonction ke na kanji boni bale be ni keba. You amo amebi na mekwena mesa. Right. So
once again, I'm a clear for the purposes of education. You are saying no, it's got nothing to do with Kusumi.
It's got nothing. No go back a Bain.
Okay.
Bain, same hipilimo, unupa yeli hipilimo. Ni mene be a betrayal against mene no na kaini wo na kaini wo mene ke kobie ni makobie ka ba ngomi ina bolinton kusu ko kra be.
Okay.
Minke e wo mene le gboburo mo feel ready ate ka ba fi kusu ko ke ni bi ke si wo nyemi me la ko te di mo ne ba nya ke fi di la ko te agba o se je
no get feel ready ona.
Oh yes,
Ofane ni bi ko be ne sa ni wo yu ekpan no. Ofane je ni mo go feel ready. Ofane wa de nche.
Wo mi ofane na kan campaign ni jeisi. Inna he glofo wujin ke US ton. If he audio lecture he thing. She well, ameyenyon no ni ma ke we. Ake investigations ni mi fi interviews ni fi. Umu ko wulo mo. Nwame ene wata si wo bi di niji la kote adwa wo shi bi fi ame kwa aka me fi o ke ni a whole lot una me wa me hin ni bi ko ma bi ko la me cheche sen na aka pa ni bi so ma bi
ofane gbobu e kusu ni so na afia na echo gbowu lo mo afia le
ofane je do san yo
exactly when go ofane na ni bi aka yu e pa no ehia ofane no yu ehia
ni ofane inye money ni yu inye gbobu tenaye sanin you je money no sanin you
so not the individuals
no O kage me ko me ka me ambra na nsi kani bi aka me dan kani bi ko no nchu akashi ni bi ko me ne ye hia na yu e pa no.
No mi ke wa akashi. Ni bi ami kulumo ni temi ni mani bi ye omo. Je loko ni nye ma bi fe voice ye mu fi amole. Mi ke wa ke se bi ye ameke neken. Se bi ye ameka amedam. Simple. Je loko ni sana akete. Like Anchon, she mean feel like there must be a tabernacle of unity. You work it down, I feel come. Nina can mean jira mo menenye ba benemi je na kan ke jisi keba bini wo me hi. Now when nuwe da fly che he na share be mi na afi ne ke ni ne ko yo lelebe da fly che Israel do push yen je Levite bi ejenche e so e kwa me fio ta chole te to hewulu ame fio ke fio shu na me wo ame fio to ma afro Moses na me ke ake fan be ke ni bi e ja ke min ke bo kaji ne ka ke ba ko be ne agbogbo yi onu mi si e so e ko no na ke e sa no na wisdom aba mi fio onye waka kesi ka flake keji hila pu ni echa wo ni ne na ke abanya chala ya brochi ni ami akafu ishi wo kwesi eje no ji insho info na anu echoketi una e wo je wo kwa ni bia wo kudu anu bia ni fi o shi mi honestly je le fe ji wulomo ni ete abrochi da mane mi we wulomo ko be ni beke ame wo jeans ke tabu ko ya club no it was feel me ake if you ake what pen ke ni bi na ni wo kaka face ali
so you think you think any jelemi ba shebia ne some of these things is an queen afo no, is that what you are saying?
Yeah, exactly what me ona boni ncho ida ke ko kwe dole ni yo drabin bi ke Ashanti ke Kumasi bi an shikwe am e ko be fi mo be am two brothers no drabin bi ba he am ke Ga-Dangme ba negotiate na ke golden stool le ha me after Katamansu war na me ti am ke ya Kumasi ida ke beni drabin na ku watimba wo ni drabin ba wo ni ekete na sho brother egbu na wo brother ndi ne ke brother bi le ebu me we ke sin ha me for very long time there was tension between them until it's an archer taki komeko never ta mini never release
I get you. Let's get to the picture on the screen. Let's stick to that. So I mean Keji were buying some of these things, excuse me. Any jelem yeshe wo I mean, don't you think it's an opening to nokoni ibashe ko ni bino ba na wonye wo mu na don wo ba dilute
position e kula non ko wa ke kusun e komeye ake be kusun oda de ta ke kusun
so we're not this time around our focus on our tokuta near wotokuta our focus on because that's what we are discussing no the picture.
Okay.
So
okay, but none of your arguments again. We are just arguing.
No, we are not arguing. I mean, it's also argument. So yeah, so
authority. I'm not in the authority, you know. Don't count when you were doing. She mean not actually
right.
In ake is bad.
Okay. So go on, answer.
Amabina, ake. It's a foreign land, a beggar.
It's a foreign land. Does that mean it ceases to be what it is because it's a foreign land?
No, but that's not it. That is way different. But you are talking about health principles. Pneumonia Can be nita flache no way our wisdom. No ke kura wo he. He's interested more in that. So what ni bi no fear or no buy a ko nita flache o ba agbo ke ni bi ni ayegbe no ba chon amo me ma mi nita flache slow ni o den. No man bi ye gen. No yo ya jo amen. O ba ka ke sa ko nyin stone no so. Kale wo pa jele problem ku cry again.
All right, sounds good. Okay, manya na akọ acheku ofa na bote mom.
Eradon. Ohani wa mo nchi ahia ho. Mita onima bi watche nye minu ni na te atwela agbosa no kodani ma ba mi. Ni na te ofa na ye ishiba mi. Ke ake gan kusumi ye. Mini ji gan kusumi. Aka kusumi po mini ji kusumi. Hello?
Doc, again.
Sorry. Nibi ni wo feel. Ni what? Ni wo ke kayo. Wo blame Beijing. Ani mo. Secondly, nibi ni wo feel na ke yosio wo ake wone. Agbeni it could be Yemo, what he samo, what he be, what kusu pemole. So many things we feel kusuwe. Jeta flache ni ake sisike inshonu kenyanyina ifutupe. Ni bibi, ni chwake, neke nake yosiobu.
Okay, yo, ewo, kame bake wakusumi. At the same time, I call kwe blofo me ka wi blofo me call no kwake culture and traditions alomi mali. Now, Mita only one yemi I know he's very vested, and I actually respect him for that, and he knows it.
Oh no, but just come on. It's intellectual discussion.
But
you don't need to say that
for tonight. Oh no, you know, but you know how much I have regard for you. But for tonight, I think we are going to be on a different trend. I can learn from you. I'm just letting you know, we are on the opposite side of the fence. Kewo kusumi. There are some laid down rules. It wasn't because of identity, but nibi kumene banam koyo. Nibi na mefeni amekesa nibi kumana. Nibi na mekechichi nibi kumene they don't wish to see again. And fair came to form part of Wakusumi. Ko kengmene touch development and Sake ni bi kume wakumo hime afono. Okay, agreed. But before no ba hime afono kuno, you don't just stand up and do because hime afono. There should be something done. Ni ebafe no kwa mono alo kadi mono ake neke no ko tene woke fono neno. Shimene woke wonu shishi ake woke wo sen shishi. Keke agbene eye mu keke afe tafla che shishi no moke jemo ebahi. Maka Igbo no kwake wo fe woli ake wo shiapo homwona yo dada one na yo ne no ko ba no dada be pochaki, and it was because there was an agreement on something and somebody was graced with something. We come to the picture. Oh yeah, about manse ni pneumonia. No oli ake ma he no ya whether ake ni bi kumeya favorable je by force ake sa for ya. Okakushi bi asaneke di bi ibami. There are people that have been designated for a role, and that role comes with laid down regulations and rules you must follow. It is protocol. Mini hewane manseni ne bani na kanjeme ni ne deme kume wo coat mi no ne eje ekweni ne wo coat ke kambu eko oni wona ke blend in. It doesn't work that way. What I am saying is that I'm speaking for the picture, not because of money is involved. Because like I know who know they take it, but I would have said the same thing. This is wrong in every way, and it still gives me like a vibe back. Come on, we are talking about Mukonis even in this. We still have Penny Sunday Yamehi.
Ni aye, and you are putting somebody in other people's faces and making you look like the boy. You are taking your stand and then you pretend and say, "Okay, aye, Sani." He is not supposed to be in the picture. He is not supposed to be where he is. Jomo Yemo a Joman Kejo his nyai. No one no banyo for no nyeke Joma he say if yo he embodies. Let me take him for who he says he is. He embodies the blessings of Gashipon, and from wherever he is, he can call on the blessings for many wherever he didn't need to be here. He didn't get, and I am surprised, a little bit surprised. You are saying patient for Deni. JB between Gamashinke Nungwa. It was better Nokuni. Kita kamo fio kusun. Moko kai kita na kan kita aba fio nine kanshi ne fio kusun. Kaje na kankwe o kankwe gbe bo ninu hiwo game ba pa ni ye fe moko homowo na meke ni chulu ba fi homowo. Gamashi bi chake ya me na me ba wo echulu ke fi homowo. Me ne woni gamashi me ko echulu fi homowo. It is o kankwe gbe le hiwo. Je ya ke no jino ni wo ke yo homowo momo. Shi ne never fata wo kusun ni egmashelo lolo. Ona ewo nibi kome jeme kusum hisanjiye etamo black and white alo was school ni le ni we can decide that evolve ewo won fail eneke ni won fail eneke ni won fail eneke before ni anything will happen ayeno na feel ye he keji ekole oke mi ake ayakusun ko na feel na menyo amewu otokota ko ko lo ba la do mi be fi o ewo pin I would have ni na feel habo she when you talk about generation evolve, we must just evolve with it. Then no, it becomes null and void because you have even centered let us take kusuni by nungwa ni bemi ni ni yamwedi actually yamwedi in this recent time we call it child marriage. Child marriage ni kusum no kekeni. Why are we not saying okay be a name? Okay, be a name be evolve the one can be a me, but I defend that home to the time kusum ye logic. So let us not use some of the kusun no logic does not apply. J common sense ni. It has got to do. I agree perfectly. It is as a result of some people's selfishness. They wanted to achieve on their own. But regardless of it, you seek them. That is why we still have our Jima watching amongst us. That is why now mete chemete, but they left us something to consult with. Why? Actually, are we opening the doors? No, the reason why na me wo tokuta is not for fashion. Ameshifo neke he wana hana ma me otokuta. Ameshifo he wana hana me otokuta. Why you wo tokuta ba me wo me otokuta ba wo yo eyishina no wana ka je na tokuta. But ameshifo neke he wana hana ma ame here because wo wulo me okume you and I both know ake wo wulo me okume they are not supposed to see amede nchepo amela hin. She know ba for show ba hin ni chu omo yeje. No, he want to make them sit in a temple, say because role is to be in the temple and intercede. They are supposed to be they intercede. But money you sit in the temple, no bache na bache zebate no oba you are no longer in the temple and you are gone. No here. I am na make a chuna kama. Other people can do that job. Jane na ulo mo penny banye babruchi. Never job. E banye neke jomo ahamoko na keba. Aba manye na akemanye chu all the time. This one we shouldn't defend it. It was wrong and it is wrong. Unless they are able to tell us, okay, I'm a fake usunko joba. It is not now a peshi a forward. But what is his business? My war coach. Ni BFA ni your BA. Nation, enchopo denche poensho ke pa okeke na nine tacholete bepo ba noni boy ichwe how does that protect him from anything?
Yeah.
No. It is wrong. And if we are going to see whether we are going to even pardon him and say neighbor share whether fake and be a war. Winter boot away. Winter boot away. No. Let us call a spade a spade.
That's right.
If we begin to always make excuses for these people, they'll take us for granted.
To what end? Exactly. Yeah.
It is wrong.
Yeah.
It is completely wrong.
That's right.
This is not the first time he has done this thing. And I go, we had excuses for it. It was SFA. If he is what he is, he should be what the office. He should follow the protocol of the office. And he will eat his cake and have it back.
That's right.
You want to be, it comes with restrictions.
That's
your
right.
ass down.
That's
and
right.
let many. Okay. Yeah. Do they have the same restrictions? Me no Jafro 2 bar. Me no Jafro 2 because Jafro 2 is a can I but then Jafro 2 can also act. It was Kelle you as the master don't need to do it all. No one a delegator.
That's right. Thank you so much, Manye. Mano ba machine tree na ofa ne ma meda. Ani what Papa Roy ageme aguje. Na gangbile o ageme so bo we moda. Infoni anyone ha na kan no ni allow Photoshop ni.
Ni tete.
Yeah.
Yanyubo agbona yin ke jemawo jinfe ni woja agbona yin ni numu akwami safio ni bake ni teko chuluge wo bi keje agbo na fe ewo kotoka.
Okay.
Keje agbo na fe ewo kotoka wo meche picture na ni na mi gbake mebe ni ikewu because Kajagbo na fe wo de me bring onumchi wabote inside kete ka attach high table so I don't know when me picture na je poni ewo kutuka because in the akashi because anukwale na kagbile fe ye ni mo unne spoil yin kwa bi de pole nche I was a bit worried akashi no first time no ba obabi no first time no babi ani no mo sanu ya ka won na koda no belenfo je na ase ni echiwo ne kano ikbasho da ne ka abasho ni UK ne kana ni follow nye asmo achale de eko ne ba ilani ba mole hospital agrete na agbule buwe pona abagbu enche ichosani
yeah
abuye ga ke abuye ya onumeshi udani ayenya oni abakwe ni abagbule na hada tufake ni bi numu oya no ni numu aya sports direct ko ya twa trainers white onumeshi numu bele trainers like numu white so say you know how where you are going when I can now go you are going there's so many things when I name work at any maybe be woni oba touch no eneme fita na ke wulo mo efa agbe oda eneme fita ba ona ya ka cheme nu kan ye ba ngshi ame fe le keke yi ame fe le keke ona ni ame fe le keke wo eneme fita na ke wulo mo efa agbe ona shi ona ke ni na touch ya ke ko ni bi ntake ko le unta le bole ebanye tasine ababu
culture is different from tradition. So any tradition. So it's an
yes, because she to be honest, by inside the say money a boy ni a walk to car by inside. Picture I don't know where ni I'm a picture. The picture say I'm a domo. China ko here any be no le fake agbe fake be na agbe program na e do je channel mo ju ni me aslam na ka mo bi ko aslam e shia no na me na bi do mo shi ye agbo na no shia mo ko shia ye le fake le ni ya na ma to whatever.
Right.
No, it's not part of the event. She event no eba ewo kutuka. Ewo kutuka. She India she to be honest, like I said, I was worried because I mean what then ni my family try coat can be na awura ko to ni fe ye ni work moto ga mama no una me worried. I think I she send me a near bullet. You want sunny? But let prepare because what they're going to go in market. Because I want to go to London. Yes. But none of our my name. The man came prepared. But they prepared. Yes, I can see. Tasha ilaga nabi ni ekwele wasani
Magane to butu ko nyale ile le sanda le befi
mama wo socks when in my small pump we fe mi ko socks she more wo ko
I want sani e woni e kaso ti pa de kai na ka ko na yi sani ba sani ba to be honest to your kusu ni no ni na ko ya ke be ayeme poni amanya medomo ona shi to mo bo fo mi wi ake e kula bo se lewe ta ona be ko ni le wo se onu mi shi lewu e ta ona be ko ni I think
mo go chigo laga na ba le na e wulo mo yi ele no ni ba with the position there to be na go it comes to the position you should be aware.
Inyami program any abafe je program ko ni they I need the woman but because je to mo ayomo alo ona spena ka program ko ni ka fi ona ka say I need neke kusu ni bi me
right
ona but just a normal program no go dinner no go ona what dinner no go
sama time ko akala ba sama time ibu ta me le ko bra
dinner no go na they don't need him too much.
Right.
They don't to me na naji to get lewo air force get lewo akalaba oni lewo bole onusi koni lewo wase ka batanen lewo egbe ko tafa be e ba brochi wo onusi e wo be feel company my and quality
that's right it's ma wa fa na won wo yi and to be fair, to be fair, your picture say they're the same function as she need ewo aspatry. You can see I'm showing you some of these pictures. Ewo aspatry until that particular one and I shana can group ni ewo no so get no trouble you na over there no mawa.
Me to ma bia ke be wulo me I'm a fan that it's not a fan, right?
But ni na ti atula gbo ke na manya na kokko e bi e sa na me fan be
wulo mo ni nya fan be wulo me ko be ba nya fan be
okay
right okay sounds good abache over there I want know
te do wa do next summer ne wa afi program ko ya Miami ewo me expect agashi akwa men sa ba ke speedos ke bikini ya ke no awo ejeme one of the logic with that thinking
I'll be there. I know you'll be there.
We don't do that.
impa akwa mensa impe bule komeko kenale e wo fa ne ka ba wi ale bi le mi ma ba mi abu impa o fa ne wa ba mi o fa ne ke akwa mensa o ba wi ha ka wi ha le ma ba mi abu
e wo be je ni kasimo kasi odon
o fa na akwa mensa kometo ye ma bi ene ko ba wi ha le e ba fin for impa o fa ne ye shi ba mi impa bo fa isu mo ne ba ba le la kan
mini hiwo
o fa ne je na yo isu mo no wa ya back and forth baba ne kan ni so fa ne ani ma mo le won ya je ma inja ko mi yakule o fa ne ka ba mi ni ma mi abu
isa ka wo ko wo wi mo jugba
o fa ne yo so fa ne ka ba wi ha le no o fa ne impa bo fa ti ba
o ko wi mo jugba
number 2 in second point magbe na magbe wi mo na o fa ne ke ayegamanche ka ayegamanche na elu omo na ka gamanche chuloni ke na elu omo there should be no reason ni gamanche ko ba fagbe ni na elu omo ba yin ese ke ya e ja ke etule e wo legbe e wo mini wo le boni tumo mi le tefe mo eje mo lehun kelele ameke gamanche ke na elu omo eje ame Shona kedi anukwale na amenyo ofin je se no na ameka ameta no na ameta ewo amefio na mesumoni no ko ba ye ke na ewulo mojibu no fopesi no awo sandals no nye oke mukuna achole gamanche se ta flat ole bo position ojugba e wo fa ne wai no ni woko shemoni woko wokusum fitemo ni woko na ero mo nye ni enye gamanche ko seke ya heko che ba ta shi ni ba tu ebi leke ya mi wo fi o e gan ka onu shi no wo ni gan egbe ene me ewo ya ga won na la ga sha te show na afi da bi won fite kusum Mtete mang me ye
Ije doc ovane bami bami
yes I'm speaking as a social scientist okay ndo himbe nke na ni litaflache me kemi wiye mi isoma wiye nuko ni ba fi ni kasemu wo fe njio moni nkele yo bi ke ni bi ya ke taflache osofo ji onu mi nchi wo igi ha si ni to bonu wo wiye tradition moko ke si tradition can be progressive.
In progressive how?
Okay.
Progressive how?
Yes. When you adapt wisely new realities, taflache nene shinu wotane keji vulomo eadunga esani gamancha ihe ko ikenyi ehin n'ihu be ano kunika na ngbe no kuni ila ikanela afi nene keji abadun
She check man channel one kaseni over the natri no point and no make it one mean talking about me afe not because when I adapt to the current circumstances we find ourselves in, we are not adapting to modernity. Afe because kusu anyone fit. So that's a wrong.
There are a lot of customs there are just past excesses. You know, I derive from
they are excesses.
Yes. Past excesses. Ni anakeje injustice ni ekulemuku agbebuku tomona achona ake akesi tenibi ekeba chon kusunku ni mokoni nokoni ekesi domo ni ekesi ni le obobe anie anye a renounce nefejo ni weku yake wekunda ni binda ni bi hie mbele momba ngale ka ke na bia me ni le bada ona ni a restore dignity nene wo jine ame fufo bia na minu na yaka at least say fufo abanye ame momo feel ona boninchon new realities chaki we are being exposed to reality.
I understand you, but don't you think Agakaji will quite be from that light? We will end up with nothing in the coming years. I mean, we will keep degrading. Everything is completely gone.
Dabi, no John. If you are talking about the core values of our traditions, the only way to protect it is morality. What are the moral laws? What are the customary laws? No man. Chikeji ebalake biane chefeni organ aflo wobe mujin ne balake sake wulomo aje batumi achola ke ekole nzimane ne keje ne yeje ko ne mi ya no ya fan o ba ka fan be it will be in chaki well maybe in chaki mo but you play let's be realistic. Ona bonchon waka fi woni into mo fanatics
no you are na kokwe kagashi aye no wona ye me komeni amechu na kan ni biye le na e wulo mo jail asane fe no
yes of course
ne wo ko she na e we aye kusu ncheme ye me ni amefi okusumi because ali age jail no fe no ni
but na ye wulo mo eye noko ni mo kunya afi file.
Right. I don't think I get.
Mumo ke la ke mumo but ete gbatu mi na ke la ke fan be ni ya fi o ka ke na ke aka fan be we be isa ni fan be no for some of the custom say they were past excesses. Let me use the English past excesses that we can correct.
But you know I have a problem with you
it is not about the English
but
human sacrifice. Human sacrifice. Human sacrifice.
But doc, in point.
So what are we talking about?
But doc, Mokobabi Buake, Neke Biami Nefe or Benjamin. So, in what position are you now to describe some of these things like they are excesses?
Me, that can be a me friend, but you want in JC Solomon. In case you are one, ni kwenu. Kuri ye money my ye, ya can jam money. You often when we debate one crack, ninja say one debate look. This is not authority.
That's right. You did.
I said that.
You did.
So I'm speaking with my as a social scientist. Only that I boni nale. Ake ni bi shele ni bi chaki. Wo be mi ne chaki yo Isake work when nibi kumeni
No,
dia.
that's like once again, that's like tomorrow. I think I can you what call na kan one jegbe kono ni na kan be anya ku say don yi.
Nita ama bi ni na touch lesani. Ni na te ofane wadenche. Ona ke na ko ko wi no ko agashi. Omo na yo mokobo wo lumu ekogbo ni aboy echulu wo bia na chilo tane obanyo fe bo ni oke game ke gamancheme like you said that go game kasi bia na chinata ni bi ekake ewo because imbetra ke omo na yo moni gboni akabo echulu ewo mo egbololo orumsi ewo no obanyo fe bo that kasi atake naka right the water na awolo
Esana atake ejake je no mi wokeba. Simile webale na kain no to ake nibi komeni happen ye belemi alo ye hamokuna de hani nibi komeni chake no me wo bia me wo ba nyo chake
Iche neke argument no make or keje chafla che bako make neke argument ne ke bo ake ni onye eni chele mi egbele ke she na fe ke be she nye ba ka for 1 month e work atwaban nyima e mo
No.
Yes, of course. Alapa madumo.
Dabi Dabi
Dabi ni tete mi ba fi impa mi ba fi.
Dumo tani wo yo. Madumo is the core value.
No.
Manya na kokwe man obami. Iche na tree.
1960.
Mini bana abo madumo. Be no me omo yiwo. Be omo yiwo. Omo ni ye game. Agbabo madumo.
Nya wana atu wa ya le wanwa. Nya wana atu. Ni na actually ya no.
1956 there. Danny Blofo baba wo fi collar. Telibi kenyi onwe. Collar. Bia na won fi collar.
What fin collar? But no eje kusumi ni. No that's she no eje kus atale je no eje kusumi ni. Mogo ken kai wa tradition is different from culture.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking as a social science.
I get the part. I get the part. See, it's like conflict tradition and culture. Those are two different things.
No. Tradition. That was 19th culture.
That is true.
Come on. What do we add to our culture? What do we add to our culture and what do we take out of the culture? Then what Ashante mene, America menye golden stool. Yeah, na America menye silver gold. Wole na America silver gold eje. America ko fata ya je ko yemi. Nuji ni ne mene wote ka chote manchemeti Ashante hine ka keshi atamanswe America game no. Una bonito je kama mekeno. E wona ke libya ko me. Yes, I can walk.
He's rewriting history. He's rewriting history. Onyo compare no to no to our fear. Of I mean go ta otake what go to me. Me go no ta otake. Kono wole agashi no ni wota otake ne.
Non kwa ke di wulo. E wo futuka. Mi na la ke fon. E ja ke Levite bi ye. Ame wo Sanders.
Not the
let it be here and then was Sanders. Before you go into the holy grounds, I mean, the Levite said, holy grounds, West Ake we put to Keba down, they jail put to Ganji holy grounds.
Oh my goodness.
Let's continue.
See, Inche, you know, once again, tomorrow you on it. That's what I'm saying. We okay, man, na go for the bad.
today is one of the nicest shows I have jumped on many. I'm grateful when I took the time of grandmother. And Ninati, you are call we are who you take us into social sciences. I want to read simple, even Blofome simple. You were referring to call like a watalier. Even from Blofome Ade, culture is broad, shared way of life of a group, encompassing beliefs, arts, and values, while tradition refers to specific, established practices or rituals passed down through generations. Now, it is specific, eh? No explain, no
That's right.
code mashi pen. Je no code you can play with. Obani no ochomo lekeke. Ake kwake you cannot add. Agreed. But or you are going to add to tradition, eh? There is always processes. Oh, yeah, no, I don't know if you are actually listening to yourself as you are speaking, but you contradict yourself so many times. But then your submissions me. Yeah, I don't know if mean to any, but that is how me know he. If you are going to play around with madumona adun ke koi ke ni bi na fe, you are exposing war play too. When they were we set us
That's right. Yeah.
the sacred grounds. Hey, ni kafla cheka ya doing about choke ni be Benjamin more to when caught the wool me agbachuna. I met a cows, ya met to me, I'm a pure. I'm a libations, the sure cows, no. Who are you lying? Because of this flexibility, because you have added modernity. Meaning, honor, we are doing so many things. Sometimes intellect destroys traditions. I'm not good to say I can work at school, but school these things you are saying, it doesn't hold. Our tradition is our tradition. They also know what they are doing. It was just like the Bible. They make it flexible, because I'm a liake, I'm a biamina, I'm a yo, I'm a bagechi, I'm a bago. No one in biake. Okay, Germany come a bit. Mama being on another let's narrow it to the person in question. Let's narrow it to okay, me akeke na ewulomo ye loko ne ba fe. No ni legend che e ba fe na ke fagbe. There is no ma won ni ba ke ewulomo ake afe loko ne li ake he ne ke ya je shidamo he ni alo enye ne bo tejeme. There is no way na ba ke like e ya brochi ton ne apo libation. For what reason? No honey, ni amefe ni ana na ewulomo. Ana ese kwelo jafo tu se asa ayeko nibi fe nibi ke. And you see, our brother said something in me. I was itching to let you know. Okay, you cannot put the servant and the master in the same room at the same time. Na ewulomo, your danger, your history ni. Akabe mi bro for me they didn't even see him. Atawa na maybe now I was so now but then and that was the reason why Manchayeli in Afuna became easy because he also saw an opportunity to save his legs and him moving about. And that is the reason why Niga Manchaya your journey. Meaning we cannot make use of other people neighbor. I understand the fact that you are talking about the modernity of this world. But in doing that, you must still make room for what makes you you. What
Exactly.
makes us?
That's what I'm talking about. So that's why I use the word preserving the core values.
But when you
just
come
go
in
around
straight,
it.
when you come in straight and you see what straight, no,
All right, Manya, okay, go on.
Yeah, like I was saying, I brought in a simile in case you are sounding like, again, we are talking about Sokoni Moko, you mentioned about you are saying Sake Achake. And there is the same person who is talking about our identity. What puts Gamashi aside from every other Ga-Dangme Popano was what we endured Ayawaso. And the reason why we are addressing has changed for us to remember that cannot happen to us anymore. You and I know, we try to rebuild. And when you rebuild there, we cannot change that dress code just because our brothers continue to wear what we came with. We went through a specific and Nakainie has told on us, and it is our identity now. Our identity towards Homowo is pain and joy. And well, how do we change this? When, as we speak, people even continue to claim, okay, the head of Nakai Manche still a Yakwamumadi. Akwamumeke ichwe hako wololo, ichwe na afu, na kete, akeba kololo, and then you tell us, okay, we should go back into the glory and put on white. Why? Because time has evolved. Has the head been brought back? Are we giving him a befitting burial as Manche? That was also Meda, that one also I can't find. Because you are progressive analysis into it. Not boy. It is not. No, I am telling you, I can. You can be progressive with your culture. You can do every other thing with all those, but you cannot touch your tradition is specific. It is what makes you you. The moment you begin to your question, real quick. So no brother, why want to actually progressiveness no tower up way me tell what to do the very next day me will feel wow
right.
It was like another tower that is already baked into the tradition already. Some people have already made room for you. Because these were excesses of the past. See, now let me ask you a question before you leave. My point is, I have a question. I'm a question. Give me. Poverty right at all. Otufu. Boni Asahi. Chichen, your tufu mona. So what can we do to deepen the human dignity about
Are you saying I get Bonnie I feel like chuchue? There was no human dignity to it.
No, feel blame. No, feel. But to me, I feel depot. Allo otofo. Me na feel depot. Na can be a me. I bet I can champion to. A war at your US la bamba. Anehi. Pioto ni. Mene a wo pioto. E wa ke pioto e chion hi. She no na feel no na feel. Ake calabash bue for aha na. We are living, I agree, we are living in a perverted society, but perversion was existing.
Somebody would say it was actually worse back then.
What I'm saying, my key point that you are missing, you are missing in this argument is that I am not going to do away with what you call past excesses, which I agree. I agree to that, but I'm saying like a mainline in your being no other side of the thing is that asani a consult afe no ko dana jampi gane until anye afe na kainiye ni ateke na agbe no ba anye no fie no ta o no fie kafe bia ne wo fe kosukusun ko ni twon mi ake eye hegbe na efa agbe enye efa agbe bia ne wo fe kokusun ko ni twon mi ake kefe ye na ne ewo kotoka won me amba hi that don't when insho na ejo when the amamochu le na ni me ba insho na fem ya me yo but they look at all those things like a penny it was until ni afi kusum ni eni twon mi ake oh bia na wo fe wa ba shigbenya aka wo amount on evolve in e wo boy ni ha ni wo fi anoko ni twon mi ake na e wulo me ba me wo socks po e ake na shishi manicure ke pedicure jalawa ba ko ba pay de ke ba fe na shishi ke ni bi obo ni ha ni wo an socks alo no kopo no atashi ye shishi dumo e ba ni ade afi ekusun ko e afi no ko ojoban ni anu shishi ni cheme hu ehe wo mi how can you stand up ni go to back no no you
anyway
I said
aya gbatuna na bi ona cho bera no na cho na fi
no e wo bia na me jini le he wo ne otokota ni bo okọ ake o you don't see anything wrong ya ke jile mi nchake me gbatuna na ete ye ya ba ke e ba ke bo ake e ya se na
bo ye jen you ye jen e ti oli you don't know
there's no to ni cho nya ke ba fe le lenche he ni le lenche ko te ba mo te chumi ni ba fe wants to be economical with whatever he says.
Grammatical problems. Nibi chapiku. Nupo nuwa unchaki. So me no one want chaki nibi kume.
But Doc, have you asked yourself if you keep
when you say this kind of thing,
to what end?
Because don't compare certain things. So can't compare nibi kume. We are talking about culture, we are talking about tradition, we are talking about nupo chaki. You need chaki.
Okay. Culture is nature. So you can't talk about culture without nature.
Okay, hold on.
Our tradition can exist without culture. No, like don't underestimate our traditions.
It's okay.
Themselves without
humanity. You define culture as acts. It's not part of humanity.
Paparo. Bami, our final words. It's an issue. What feel as Bami? Our final words.
Final words say G.
Three.
Final words say G. We fair wole gbẹ̀rún ní ọ̀pá bóyá ọmọ oyele. Wọ́n fẹ́ wọlé gbẹ̀rún ní àgbà òkè náà wọ́n pípìlì kẹ́ni bíi. Kẹ́jú wò kẹ́wọ̀ yà nàkà náà gbọ́dọ̀ múnà ẹ̀bẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́ kára kẹ́sì. Gbẹ̀rún náà tún lápá bó ọmọ oyele náà gbọ́ pípìlì yẹlẹ ẹ̀ bẹ́jẹ̀ nà omi wọ́yọ̀ bí àná. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ sani wọ́n bọ̀ ọmọ oyele mọ́. Ó nù ṣe. Bẹ̀ wọ́n bá yẹ wọ́n takilẹ̀ ní abọ́ ọmọ oyele. Ó nù ṣe. Because wọ́n migration kẹ ọmọ oníyè wọ̀ kẹ́ni bí ìwọ̀ àgbà náà ọmọ àgbà bó pípìlì yẹlẹ. Ó nù ṣe. Bí àná nàkà ní ẹjẹ́ èlò kanú kò mi wọ̀ yà bí àná. Ó nù ṣe. Ìwọ̀n bẹ̀ wọ́n wáyé wọ́n kàkẹ́ sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ọmọ sani abọ́ ọmọ yẹlẹ akẹ́ ìyẹ̀ bí àná ọmọ ọ̀wọ̀ náà kẹ́ indomie kẹ́ni bí. Oníkàṣọ ọmọ ọkùnrin wà wọ́n indomie kẹ́ni bí wọ́n àṣà àmọ́ ó nù ṣe. Una.
It's a picture.
You can say, "What do you call it? I want to come here." No fun.
Ocho, mo wa Indomie ona. Aguje ga o Indomie agode na so. Ma wa fa na wa we. Ma wa fa ne final words.
Niente, che mi so proprio che te ho torna a fammi nuovi.
Ole, o mi warning, o mi warning.
Che mi so che capo cacca, sono una kai. Anyway, mo fiamo I go to bar. Nani bajo mo fiamo contribution.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know you know what I'm going to do. We Nina actually manyana kokoi. Let's treat this as a topic on its own. What a debate. So question will be like, is it time? What feel Saturday? What feel on a weekend? What may not contribute? Is it time to modernize some of our traditions? That should be the theme. No about debate. Nina te will be for, and Nakokwe will be against. Bona. So I want us to do this. And I'm sure I can on the weekend there a lot of contribution. This is very interesting. Let us do this. So between the yenyo, Ninate will be for and Nagokwe will be against. Ni warfare discussion on the weekend. I think it will be great. And what some of the views. A lot of people sumona metra shijena. No, actually, na ife ye bi.
Ni we ni no page e.
E ka bagbena. Like ka bagbena. So I think we'll come back to this topic on the weekend. Ni wa yue. Inga ni na actually ye program ko nu ba fe in the coming weeks. Be on the lookout for it. Why Gamashe is different from the rest of the towns. Oba treating like a topic Nina actually like a one-on-one. So be on the lookout for like a topic oba treating Ojogba. Eke manya na go debate it will be on the weekend. Ni may be and oba bote mi Ojogba denche. All right, manya.
I appreciate you so much.
I'm your final words. So fine.
Anonymita on my Jack Honor. Minta Bakle no could any work benin. Nike homo. I think a lot of people have connoted this homo to abele. Homo denche, it's homo kake aduma, on a waduma. Ma is not necessarily abele. That time Nunimoko Yake. Na miangma na adu mena adu abele and moko akemi ma dan je abele akefio. Aduma has got nothing to do with the grain ni akewoshipo. It has got to do with mofia moke emusu foshi fasting.
Right.
One wo ye ni mofia moke emusu foshi fasting. Ni fi we dey share your household say mi na ba anya ye na agbo adu. One man do more is working one musu won't do a homework and worshipon.
Right.
Awaiting what will be the outcome. Ni wanna bountiful harvest.
Right.
It was Papa Roke what do what you can be a mere one Indomie. But what I'm just trying to say is the homo in the context of homo war has got to do with the hand.
That's right. Got you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Got you. Thank you so much. Doc, over our final words.
Peter Waliake. Numu akwa mensa. Tini iwu trousers ni if you ake papa roll no ne na lady money agent wo ne na simin ko kwa picture ni yo Joanna ke nuko ni atemper with ijake ko kwa shoe
any kokeje anya temper with. I cannot believe because money post one of the organizers
but with the same picture no ayeko kashifa blah.
So
Any cock we will travel. The cock any she share can't you know, you will walk out dwell on
Zoom more picture for justice. Zoom more picture.
me back. Dabi, Inche, hold on. Oh fine, me back. Give me 1 second.
It calls for a glass of wine.
Let's see. I hope Dabi, I block him here. Yeah, Jema block him here, Jema. So
lower later.
Yes,
we can do this.
No,
I have it. I have sent it. I've sent
no source in cock again. It cannot be Nakai source about tamper with Nakai. No, that's my point. Any cock picture again.
Cock picture your gay picture near.
Yeah, look, yeah, source page, yeah, no, your Facebook. As I speak with you right now. This is Facebook. First download, but it is still up. Can screen there no. And source you can actually see source call your TV and you come Obana page you know mean JK come on. Call your screen and Obana. So money posted. There is no way about tamper with Negenoko. I mean, if it organizers say so, they for a Photoshop and the guy will screen there no Obana money poster money page in you can actually see on your screen.
We all get
poster not to choose you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not to choose mean.
No, I mean can you not touch page.
Yeah, post page.
Yeah.
If I surprise now, but now I to has been edited because they
are proud as can it be their fan me.
Yeah, just
like I said, like a cock when you do that when Fridays. Yes, and that's like I did in that. No check me personally.
Look like she with trousers. That thing look like stuff.
Okay, I see. Me personally,
right.
I'm a progressive person, theorist, and practice say in any problem with it.
Okay.
Plan.
Okay.
I got a J gapu yo. One problem. That is my view.
Right.
Because I feel like it's about time we expose ourselves to contemporary realities.
Okay.
You know,
like I said, save that in we'll come back to that. Boke manyan nakokoi. I want to have you both on this same topic. No fail or joba. Yeah, ofane. Yeah. So we'll do it. All right, thank you. Yeah, I have a check. Ofane kawaka.
Yeah, do I don't. Imbe piko choni ma yue ya gashi agbe sani jena ewo no ni pen gba agbe na ji bo fe mo no course mo ko sanenji o ke mo ko waju gba nji o we bule ko ke am ko nji o esa an wa Africa kusun anu kwale won ya hin mu ewo beni won ya be won jaje ni bi si jaje won wa jaje jifte won wa fele do ke won ta ni wo sa ni bi ahe because what she 2026 egbele ni bi echa ke ejele mi e fon ko be Shimon isa ke wa fitele sa me wa sa jaje won ba jaje do ke mu ko nfe no ehin alo isa na kan what you really nakai? What you really nakai? Koni moni sa mo aba. Shike oba ke o wole muku woke muku ojugba. E woke efe ni nehin woka you really nakai. Alo be yeni wo share jele mie wo gakusun ni ji gakusun wo chake ni mo chake ni je wo chake ni ke film wa ba ni ke no yo ba ba ni ke ko me film wa ba ni ke mi she ba ba ke no fe wo ta wo ye ga aba e be na kan chake mo be no enya no pay on market. All right.
All right. Chameganyeme, I appreciate every single one. Thank you guys so much. Doc, my job where Doc drop Doc ke akuche nyele benyele manke nyeje so nyuma jonya wa denche ake nyeka wo eshipe yanke biele wo je na mo shikpa go dan wo ba wo nyele je challenge omoita. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much akuche. God bless you so much. I love you. I love you. Nyuma job. And Doc, boy, I don't nyuma job Doc. What about you? So chameganyeme nyefenye you wala don we'll bring this debate back again. We'll do it again on the weekend. And it may be anya contribute. Unfortunately, I cannot call anyone. Ming Panyafai, Jena. You understand what I'm saying? So Ming Panyafai, inye machamuko, Ming Panyafai, Jena. We'll do this some other time again, the same topic. Kuni nwele manye magbele line say kuni make ame opinion saba nyefenye you wala don waba so back pe bi e ko wogbeke nyuma ajo nyefenye ke wojono. Bye bye.
Bye.
Picture Kashina argue unnecessarily over it.